Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ice Cold Takes podcast. It is finally time to start overreacting. The New York Rangers are backing at it. We're 1-0. We're going to go 82-0. Lafreniere is on a 162-point pace, or he should be at least. He's on an 82-point pace. I don't know how it's possible. Everybody's been complaining about him, but the Rangers got the job done opening night Thursday in Buffalo. Peter Laviolette gets his first win as Rangers head coach. Igor Shesterkin picks up his 100th career win. And I got a bunch of idiots with me today. I'm sorry, guys. What's going on, Ice Cold crew?
We're back.
Idiot cold takes? Is that what
Idiot
this is?
cold take. Oh, man.
God almighty. It's about to get crazy.
But yeah, let's plan the parade now, right? For the Stanley Cup. We're back at it.
Listeners and jerseys on the way.
Yeah.
No quit in New York flags on the way.
No quit in New York flags. That's right.
God.
What's up, Matt?
Matty.
Matt told me when I posted my Panarin meme after Panarin scored last night, he said I have to cut the crust off of the bread. I didn't even think about that. That's actually
really
hilarious. Funny. No, that's valid.
God almighty.
But seriously, how about that start, boys? How about that start?
It was
Hey.
okay.
I ain't complaining.
It
You ain't gonna catch
wasn't
me
anything
complaining.
too bad.
Python flew all the way out to Buffalo, upstate New York, to watch the Rangers.
Didn't even know there was a hockey game. He just wanted some wings.
Yeah, that's
He
pretty
went
much what
all
it
the
came
way
down
up
to.
there, fully intending to boo Lafreniere, and Lafreniere scores the first goal of the season for the Rangers. How about that?
Is that Vin D? Is that Vin D?
No, that's my nephew.
Get the fuck out of here. We got nephew D in the chat.
What's up, Vincenzo? My boy.
Nephew
love
day.
There's too
All
many
days.
Ds.
Just
Too
so many
Ds,
days.
bro.
D everywhere. Speaking of D, block shots. That was a topic. I stayed on topic.
Yeah, no, for real. Man, quite the start for the Rangers. Very similar, I think, to how we all felt about last year's first game of the season. A full 60-minute effort. You know, I called out the Rangers, so they had a fantastic first period. First 20 minutes was all Rangers.
It's excellent.
And then their second period, it was even better.
Yep.
Even better. They did not take the period off. They took it to them. Instead of playing defense sitting back, they went for it on offense. They spent most of the time in their end. They used the neutral zone trap. I could not believe it.
It was weird watching it,
all
dude.
of a sudden, Joe Micheletti starts pointing out, like, oh, look at that, Sam. 1-3-1 in the neutral zone. I had just assumed that the Rangers were just going to do that, like put the 1-3-1, but in the offensive zone. I did not think we were going to see the neutral zone trap. I did not.
I was
not
confused.
expecting that.
So when I was doing research on Laviolette's system, I saw that he likes to have his teams run a 1-3-1, but it's not like consistent. Like what I read up on it was depending on the situation. So like if the team was going for a line change, they'd set up in a 1-1-3. In certain situations, they're in a 1-3-1. Times they're pushing up on offense, they're in a 1-2-2. So like varied on the situation. So, but they stuck to a 1-3-1 all night yesterday, and it's hilarious that now we're advocating for this after it pissed us off in 2017.
Facts.
Yeah, I never was on board with the trap. I thought it was an illegitimate strategy, but I see the Rangers do it, and it's working. And apparently, it's not even good either. Like Laviolette was asked, Johnny Laz asked him about it after the game. Like, oh, how good did it feel like to score a goal off the trap and in transition? He was like, well, it actually could have been better. That was the one thing that we could get better. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I like that.
Man. Like, seriously?
I agreed with him. There were times where I felt like they were letting Buffalo get to getting too free through the neutral zone, getting through easily. And then the Rangers, this was mainly the fourth line. The fourth line really aggravated me in the first period with their 0 Corsi 4 percentage. They were letting them through the neutral zone. And it worked out with the way they played in their own end because they were blocking shots all game, but they definitely need to clean it up a bit in the neutral zone. But it's still, don't get me wrong, it was still better than we've seen since like John Tortorella was coaching this team.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's top to bottom, dude. And everyone, like, I actually found it pretty amazing that the Rangers went from having no systems for 6 or 7 years to actually seeming like they fully understand how a system actually works in a matter of weeks from training camp to game one.
Everything was coherent.
Mhm.
So coherent. Like everybody was moving, it was organized. Everything looked like it had a purpose to it.
Yep.
From defense to offense. Like in the neutral zone play, I thought it was great. Like I know Python,
excellent.
you said that, it could have been better at times, like in the fourth line you pointed out. Okay, like I mean it's the first game too. So I'm expecting actually like I'm cautiously optimistic because like I'm like, all right, can these guys do it 2 games in a row? Can they really
I
do it
hope
2
so.
games in a row? They
hope
are
so.
playing. They will be playing against Columbus tomorrow. If you're listening to this, it'll be today. If you're listening to this on Spotify, I should say, sorry, because this is live right now. Hello to everybody in the comments section. Thank you for joining, by the way. But yeah, quite the start for Peter Laviolette. I thought that neutral zone trap was actually really good. Like when Kakko's line did it, Kreider's bet and Jack Kakko, that's when Joe pointed it out, and that's when I knew it for the first time. Immediately, they forced them into a turnover, and I was like, please score on this, because I had never seen the Rangers do that before. I had never seen them pull the neutral zone trap before. I had always seen teams pull it against us, but never the Rangers doing it to another team. Not under Torts, not under AV, not under David Quinn, not under Gerard Gallant. In all my years of watching the Rangers, I never seen that. And maybe there were a couple instances where they did try it, but like you could also see like Darlene was like struggling to get past like Kakko or whoever was in the front. Like he just kept doing the D to D pass. You guys remember that clip, that old clip? It was the Flyers doing the 1-3-1 against the Lightning.
Yep.
And the Lightning player sat there.
And they blew the play dead.
They knew like anything they did was just gonna force them into a turnover. So they just like, I'm not moving, and you guys aren't moving either. So I'm not budging.
Hell
So
no.
you're gonna have to blow this whistle, or we're gonna stay here for the rest of the period.
And just to even build off of that in terms of the trap and just how organized the Rangers played yesterday. So just talking about organization real quick. According to NHL.com's event summary, because you can't just look at stats like you could last year because the NHL updated their website and it fucking sucks.
It actually does. It's really bad. The
terrible.
Rangers team app is much better than the NHL app.
I agree. The NHL website is trash now. I don't know why they changed up and like reduced how many stats they showed you, including they don't show you time on ice broken down by power play, shorthand. Anyways, I digress. You guys want to guess how many giveaways the Rangers had last night?
3
as a team. 3.
That's it?
3 as a team. We're used to seeing like 3 for like 5 or 6 different guys.
Yes.
3.
Like Panarin will have 3 in one period.
Yeah, like right. The Buffalo Sabres had 9 giveaways. We forced 9 giveaways last night.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I cannot even remember when the Rangers forced that many giveaways and only had 3. I mean, that is, I don't know. I can't remember any time in recent history where the Rangers have had this statistical advantage in terms of giveaways to takeaways. And last night they freaking had it. It was bizarre watching it, to be honest.
Yeah. And building off of what you're saying, about the trap and the giveaways, that Lafreniere line is solely responsible for a majority of those turnovers. Like, think about it.
Buzzing.
That first goal of the season for the Rangers came off the turnover.
Yep.
Chytil created Fox. No. It was Fox that stepped up,
right,
forced the play. Chytil took it over, got it over to Panarin, who ripped the shot on goal. I like it. I like that he's shooting.
It's a little different.
Goes straight to the puck, and gets it over to Lafreniere, who's there in the back door.
Yep.
Easy goal. Like, this
crazy.
is like unbelievable. Like, Oh, I love it. I love
We
it. Love
we
it.
broke down a team that plays a style we usually struggle against, and that style being literally just speed. And we broke them down, used their game against them. We slowed the game down defensively, but still kept up with a really quick, fast puck moving offense. I don't know. It was weird. It was just I don't know. I'm not used to watching the Rangers play structured hockey, so it kind of fucked with my head a little bit.
Matt, one day I'll learn to pronounce your name, but that's not today. Laffy was definitely not laughable last night. Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Got to
He
give
was La
credit.
Franchise yesterday.
La French.
No more La Fraud, not La Feeble. Yesterday was La Franchise.
My God. Got to give credit where credit is due. He had an excellent game. Need more of that from him. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying, like, I need to see 2 games in a row. I need to see, like, okay, you could do 1, but can you win 2 games in a row? Is this
I
a
hope so.
fluke? Is this like 1 game on, 1 game off, like David Quinn style, or is this like actually? I want to see them pull this off consistently because I did say that there might be growing pains out the gate. I could be
That's what I
wrong
thought for
because
sure.
I could be wrong because when the Rangers hired Gerard Gallant, they had a really good first month. They lost the first 2 games, but then they remember those games like when they came back against Ottawa, they were down 2. They had no business winning that game.
Yeah.
They had no business winning that game, and they came back and they won it.
Another thing that I loved about that game last night is how much they were getting under Buffalo's skin. Like Buffalo was very pissed, but the main thing that I wanted to point out because everyone's pointing out, well, they looked good in the first game yesterday. If you go to Natural Stat Trick, in their home opener last year, or opening night last year, the Rangers still allowed, it was 9 high danger chances against. Yesterday, they allowed 5. The defense is far more improved this year, and that's with them, one, playing an offense that statistically was better. Buffalo was, 3rd ranked offensively last year. And 2, with Laviolette not being satisfied still with the effort.
High expectations, and the bar is high. I like that. You're not settling for that performance. You want to always keep striving to be better. I love that. One thing I wanted to point out too is Will Cooley made this roster. He owned, like, he
looked good yesterday
got
too, man.
his own spot, like when nobody thought he was going to beat out. I was listening to Vince's podcast today, and he was saying, like, okay, there's no chance like Cooley makes it over. He was thinking that there was no chance that Cooley would make it over the 12 guys the Rangers had in mind for the season, right? So seeing Cooley take that spot was a huge surprise. He looked great in preseason, and I thought he looked great last night.
Excellent. He didn't look afraid. I was afraid that he was going to be a little bit nervous about. I know he played games last year about going into an opening night in an opposing team's building, a fast opposing team that has high expectations this season. I mean, he literally looked fear in the face and said, "Go F yourself," and played really well yesterday. I was super happy with Will Cooley.
Yeah, he was great, but I reminded of another point. I think it was you, Nick, in a previous episode of the show. You were talking about how other teams like Tampa Bay always has like 13 forwards, like guys that they call up and just plug into the lineup and they
deep
immediately
system.
play.
A very deep farm system.
Another guy that adds to that table was Darren Radish. All of a sudden, he's a player now, and he was in the Rangers organization. But
they got NHL games out of Sean Day. The Tampa Bay Lightning have it figured out.
Did they actually?
Yeah, they think got like 3 or 4 games out of Sean Day.
Oh,
the Lightning have it figured out. They give everybody games, and everyone's always ready to go. And I tell you the truth, the way Hartford. Now I haven't looked at an update in a while, but it was 1-1 last time I saw Hartford. Hartford scored tonight. They seem to be playing really well. Alfman scored his first goal, so
he scored 2.
He scored 2.
Yeah, he ended up scoring 2 that game.
What was the final? What was the final Hartford game?
Hoffman scored twice.
Hartford won in the shootout 3-2.
Let's fucking Joe. That's a
he got bodied, gets right back up, and the fucking puck goes right to his stick, and he snipes it in.
So
was the second goal.
just to clarify, then that means Othman's technically leading the Wolfpack in scoring, and is the only player in the Wolfpack to have registered goals on the stat sheet with 2 goals.
Yeah, because they ended up winning in the shootout there. Not a bad night for some Ranger prospects. That boy Steven tweeted out, I was watching the Boston College game too. While I was watching the Wolfpack game. I was just an animal tonight. But Fortescue ended up scoring one.
No shit.
I forgot who else Steven said ended up scoring. Gabe Perreault looked afraid at the start of the game. He was better though as the game went along. But good night for Ranger prospects for the most part.
But getting back to my point about the plugging guys in, I think this is a good problem the Rangers have now that they have Cooley and VZ's out of the lineup, because we saw how VZ did coming in on a PTO. Don LaGreca kind of talked about it on his podcast last year. I remember listening to him. He was saying like, it was possibly VZ's last chance in the NHL because, it's a PTO. He was not Hobie Baker. He wasn't the Hobie Baker, Jimmy VZ, like when he came to the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
And he earned a contract with the Rangers, and then he earned an extension with the Rangers about a couple months in, whatever it was. I forget what it was. And now he's out of the lineup. So we saw the motivation that he had to, make the team to get the contract initially last year. Now I think we could see it again, and he
100%.
could become an even better player. Like,
100%.
He's already an analytically great player. Everybody says, he's awesome defensively. Yeah. And he chipped in offensively, too. But what if you can make that even better by making him work his ass off even more?
Competition, it brings another step out of people.
And then if VZ kicks Cooley out of the lineup for a game, you think Cooley's not going to be like, well, what the hell? I made this team. I should be in the lineup. Let me work harder. You know what I mean? This is a good thing for the Rangers to have.
100%. Been singing this song for years.
I think it's a 3-man rotation between Pitlick, VZ, and Cooley.
Mm-hmm.
One day, one of those guys is out. Another day, they come in. And the Rangers could even do it with Zach Jones and Braden Schneider. I think
Why not?
Could. I think they should, actually. Because
why not?
Schneider, I think you could give him a day off. Not because, he's, shitty or anything, but, just for rest,
100%.
Why not? Let Jones get in there and block a couple shots. If you guys are gonna block every single shot, hell, give Lindgren a day off.
Seriously.
Well, that would be the best part if they could actually get to a point where they're in a comfortable spot later on in the season, whether they're winning the division or not, that they could just rest guys towards the end, so we're not running into the problem that we have the past 2 seasons now. They were more fortunate last year, but the year before, they were, I think, who was it that Lindgren got hurt in game 1? Goudreau and Mott weren't back until game 5 that series against Pittsburgh. They had a lot of injuries. They need to be able to get themselves in a spot where they could rest guys early.
100%.
Hey, Jordan. What's going on? My nephew's asking questions in here. When's the next game? Boy, you gotta watch these hockey games with me. Come on, watch with your uncle.
Nephew D.
Nephew
D.
God almighty.
Fucking Joe. I'm still laughing at that one. That's great.
God almighty.
Did you pull up Matt's comment there about the stick positioning on defense?
Let's pull it up here.
Yeah, okay. That one.
Matt said our stick positioning defensively was immense. We were intercepting and tipping so many pucks in the neutral zone. It's the little things that make you a good team, and we frustrate the Sabres. Yeah, that last part, that's what I meant. When Dahlin was holding on to the puck when the Rangers trapped it, and they were saying it on the broadcast too. The Sabres had no idea what to do. No idea.
No, they were lost.
And they took stupid penalties.
Get them a map.
Yeah. You couldn't find themselves on the topographical map of Texas.
But
almighty.
This is a great start for the Rangers. Now we have to start making the plans for the parade.
Yes.
and the plans for Elias Pettersson's
Yep.
tickets to New York, right, Python?
His impending
Yeah.
arrival.
Yeah, of course.
He will be here.
We actually being
will be
serious with this right now, though. Like Elias Pettersson.
Yeah, why not?
I love him. No, I'm not saying like he's not good. I love him. I think he's a great player.
Man, I think he'd fit in great under Laviolette system.
Yeah, just casual Zibanejad, Pettersson, 1-2 Swedish center core.
Yeah,
No big deal.
yeah.
I am serious about it because I'm tired of this shit. I said it before. I'm tired of this shit. Rumored to get Jack Eichel potentially. Didn't happen. Somewhat in on Tkachuk. Didn't happen. Just get the fucking guy.
Seriously.
Get the guy.
Hey, they
A
got
young
tired of
guy
it.
too. Not
got
a guy about to
Kane.
collect AARP. Like seriously.
You're not
Wait a
wrong.
minute. Hang on a second. Kane's got a couple years.
He's got a couple. Yeah, he was also what 36. I mean, listen, there's nothing against Kane. I'm not questioning his game or his age, but it would be a nice change of pace if our deadline acquisition was on the right side of 30 for once.
Yeah. But I don't understand. Why would Vancouver give up somebody like that?
I
know
mean,
what
have you
That's the
seen?
guy
Have
wanna-
you seen what they're saying about him? Have you seen the things that Elliot Freeman's been saying? Or I think it was Jeff Merrick. One of the two said
It
it.
was Marek.
Well, what
Yeah.
did they say?
That there's like speculation that Vancouver doesn't have interest in keeping him,
Oh
and
my
that
God,
they
that's
might
so
move him.
stupid.
And that Pettersson really might not want to be there. I know Vancouver is like such a popular destination amongst people when they're growing up. Like, I want to move to Vancouver
Well,
when I
if-
grow up. So
Well, if Pettersson doesn't want to be there, that's one thing. But you got to do everything in your power to convince him to stay.
yeah, convince them to stay by saying, "Hey, we'll trade you to the Rangers."
Oh my God. Yeah, just remember to sign back here and when you become UFA. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, when he's like 38 or 39, he can go back. But until then,
Yeah.
he's our property as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God. But that proposed package, that I don't think that would be enough for him, honestly. Even
What
though
was it?
It was
The
like
one that
Lafreniere.
Nico put out.
Yeah, Lafreniere, Hedel at first, and Othman.
I-
First of all, I think it would be you need to retain 50% of his contract, and then I think you need to add in like another
Would it though? Because
first.
what did Tkachuk really get that big of a return? Did
Huberdeau and Uyghur,
yeah? And what's
both of
Huberdeau?
them coming off of like all-star season. Huberdeau just came off 100 points.
Okay, and what is he now? A 50-point winger.
Okay, but we didn't know that he was going to be a 50-point.
Everybody looking at his playoff stats. That the whole reason, like, you have to think of it this way: one, playoff wise, he just he wasn't good enough in the playoffs, and the other thing, you have to wonder why was Florida so willing to give him up on top of a top 4 defenseman, on top of a prospect, on top of a draft pick if he was some great 100-point player.
He was also a pending UFA.
That too.
What's that? Oh, hold on.
He's gonna get some jersey, but
Oh, hi, historical trade data, Nick. Hi, Nick. How are you? Good. Okay, we're going to do historical trade data. You got it. Okay. So we're looking at Elias Pettersson. Let's go ahead and break this down real quick. Break it down, please, Buster Douglas. All right. So we're going to go on hockeydatabase.com. The first player I want to look at, and this is just me just talking right now, just because I like to talk. I do a lot of talking. I'm from New York. Might not live there anymore, but I still like to talk. So we're going to look at Jumbo Joe Thornton, former first overall pick, picked in 1997.
Question, historical Nick. Do I have to?
Me?
Do I have to enable? Yes.
Oh no, you don't. You don't have to. You know, I'm just gonna talk out loud. I'm just gonna shoot the shit, do
I
my
have to-
thing.
but
Don't
do I
mind
have-
me, you.
But do I have to enable screen sharing for this demonstration?
No. It's gonna be. What time is it? It'll only be 30 minutes. Okay. So Joe Thornton, drafted in 1997, traded in 2005, halfway through the season. Do you believe that? 8 years after he was drafted, he was traded. Elias Pettersson, drafted in 2017, currently playing in his 6th year in the NHL. Maybe not as much as Joe Thornton, but it's still comparable. Both are pending UFAs at the time of their supposed trades. Oh, I'm sorry, RFAs. Just saying, throwing it out there. Joe Thornton, why would the Boston Bruins trade a 100-point potential Hart Trophy center. Why would they do that?
Maybe
Well, the
because
Bruins did
Boston
kind of
wasn't
suck at the
good. Yeah.
time. They were kind of trash. They figured, well, maybe let's get some value for a guy. So they said, fuck it. We're going to trade him to the San Jose Sharks for Wayne Primo, Brad Stewart, and Marco Sturm. Wayne Primo, at the time of that trade in 2005, 2006, which was, let's say, 16 years ago, Wayne Primo was 31 years old. Okay, so he was just a top 6 forward at that point, right? Not crazy, is what it is. Brad Stewart, however, was a former 3rd overall pick in 1998, a year after Joe Thornton. He was a year younger than him. I believe that put him at 25 years old. So a young top 4 defenseman. This is your Filipino comparable. This is your kind of replacing, maybe not Joe Thornton as a center, but you're replacing the player, a high value pick.
That's equal value there. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
The other player is Marco Sturm, drafted a year before Joe Thornton, putting up good numbers. He was a top 6 center, just a body. All in all, the value for the Boston Bruins was absolutely terrible. And to tell you the truth, I think it's a bad comparable for Elias Pettersson because I think the Boston Bruins undersold. But if you're selling to the Canucks and they think that, oh, we're going to contend, well, you can maybe get away with a similar trade packages in that you're equating Filipino to kind of like Brad Stewart. Lafreniere takes the value of Primo and Marco Sturm, and you're putting in even more value on top of that because Elias Pettersson is 2 years younger and a little bit more of the franchise because maybe the Canucks don't have as many young good players as the Boston Bruins had at that time. And David Krejci, maybe Milan Lucic was drafted at that time. I don't believe he was, but he might have been. But Bergeron was there and Krejci were there and might have been a couple other guys. But if you don't like the Joe Thornton comparable, and we want to just very quickly do the Matthew Tkachuk comparable, which we kind of did just gloss over, the Matthew Tkachuk trade, Mackenzie Weegar, Jonathan Huberdeau, Cole Schwindt, and a first-round pick. Are we even going to sit here and waste our breath on Cole Schwindt? He's a mid-AHL player. He's nothing super special.
He's so prepared for this.
Yeah, I mean he's just kind of mid, right? Mackenzie Weegar, all-star defenseman. If you want to equate him to Filipino value, fine. I do believe he was also a 1 year away from UFA player, as was Jonathan Huberdeau. So their values are deflated as opposed to inflated. Jonathan Huberdeau, your comparable would be Alexis Lafreniere in terms of raw value. And your first-round pick's your first-round pick. I'm sure the Calgary Flames weren't expecting that first-round pick to be top 5. They probably figured it's going to be bottom 10 in the first round. And there's your value in Matthew Tkachuk. But if you want to take it even a step further, which I think the most realistic comparable is, it's going to be the Jack Eichel trade. You're talking about a center at 24 years of age. I think Eichel might have even been 23 at the time of the trade. But let's say 24 for argument's sake, because that's how old Elias Pettersson is right now. He'll be 25 at the trade deadline. Jack Eichel was traded with a third-round pick for Peyton Krebs, Alex Tuck.
Wait. How old was Eichel when he was traded?
November 4th, 2021. So 2 years ago, he was 24 years old. So Elias Pettersson will be a full year older than Jack Eichel.
Really?
Yes.
That tanks his value even more.
Right. And Jack Eichel, you could argue, would have more value than Elias Pettersson, barring injury, because he was locked. He was locked into a contract. Elias Pettersson's a pending RFA that could literally just take a qualifying offer and then become UFA, I believe, the year after that. So you'll say the values even out because Eichel has term, but maybe an injury, but Pettersson has no term and could pretty much just walk away in 2 years. With the third-round pick of Jack Eichel, they got Peyton Krebs. Your equivalent there would probably be your Brendan Othman or Will Cooley. Alex Tuck, your comparable would be Philip Hedl. A first-round pick, your comparable will be a literal first-round pick, and a second-round pick, which your comparable will be a literal second-round pick. So you could make a serious argument that Hedl, Lafreniere, a first and a second, or Hedl, Lafreniere, a first and Othman would be a gross overpayment when you're using Jack Eichel as a template for the trade. I digress.
I think, okay. So
you missed a key detail.
Hit me.
Hold up. I got to hit you with the key detail.
Hit me with a key detail.
When you're talking about that Tkachuk trade, you mentioned Cole Schwindt. He's not just a nothing throwing guy. He was with Overtime Megan. Are you out of your fucking mind?
Was he really?
Are you out of your fucking mind, Nick?
Oh my god.
Hey, I didn't realize this kid had some Boyko game in him. My bad. I didn't realize there was Boyko value.
Oh, he's just a throw-in.
Just throw him in. You can have him.
And you guys are going to need to explain to my viewers the Boyko thing.
He's untouchable. He's the best goalie prospect in NHL history. He's going to be the best goalie of all time. Just don't worry about it. He's the fucking boy. He's sick. But yeah, Jack Eichel, I think, is the most realistic one.
The boy.
No. We're saying this ironically.
Okay, so
Or are we?
all that to say that okay, Hedel, Lafreniere are first and Othman for Pedersen at 50% retained. That's a fair trade.
When you're using historical trade data, it's a gross overpayment by the Rangers, but
Wait,
everyone will tell you
if you're
otherwise.
paying him at full value, it's a gross overpay, I think.
I mean, I don't
But
know.
if you're
It's a
getting
really,
him,
it's a
okay,
really
if
weird,
the
it's a weird
Rangers trade
sitch.
for him right at the trade deadline and then sign him to a contract extension, like
Well,
an 8-year extension, then I
where
think
it gets tricky. If it's a sign and trade, then you're talking about definitely having to send more value, possibly the other way.
that's what
But
I'm saying. Like that's what that package is kind of reminding me of. Like, but I was thinking like that's not enough though, because I know Pedersen just came off a 100-point season. This guy could be like a top 10 center in the league. Like he's got that
yeah,
potential. He's really tall. He's got a wicked wrist shot. How many centers can you say that about? Like Matthews, Zibanejad,
Precision.
Lacardia.
oh my god, Talon Boyko.
But I think there's also comparables between the Sabres 2020-21 roster than there is to the Vancouver Canucks current roster. The 2020-2021 roster being the last
I
team
can
that
agree with that.
Jack Eichel played on, and that Jack Eichel was a franchise. And when Jack Eichel wasn't there, they sucked. In 2020-2021, under Ralph Kruger, they were 6-18-4. They ended up playing more games under Don Granato. I can't see the record under him, but they had Sam Reinhart, who I guess you could a weird equivalency to maybe like a Brock Besser type, but I'd compare Besser maybe more to Victor Olofsson. They have your number one defenseman and Quinn
I would
Hughes,
say
but
Reinhardt's
the
more
Sabres,
closer to Miller in a way.
yeah. So say Reinhart, Miller, Dahlin, and Hughes. They have their number one D. They have like their kind of partner in crime. They just traded away, and this is where it gets really interesting. They just traded away Ryan O'Reilly, their number two guy. And Vancouver just traded away their number two guy and not Brock Besser and Bo Horvat to the New York Islanders the season before. I think there's a lot of similarities between the Sabres then and the Canucks now. And I think, I swear to God, if the Canucks go on a serious dip in production where they really kind of just suck this season and they're losing a lot of games, why wouldn't they consider moving? I mean, yeah, it's just weird to say
I would
you're
give
trading away your number one.
a chance because like, it seems like they were. I don't know. I feel like they
What
play a
GMs
little bit
and
better.
people seem to forget often is that teams tend to get better when they trade away their superstars and get a collection of really good players instead of having one go-to only player. The Columbus Blue Jackets were a completely unsuccessful franchise until they traded away Rick Nash. The New York Islanders were a
That's
sick
actually
joke
valid.
until John Tavares just up and walked away. And
they
there's
didn't even get anything for Tavares.
No, they didn't. It's an interesting phenomenon in the NHL how when superstars leave teams, I don't know if you can make this case in other sports because I can't think of any examples now. And being that I'm most knowledgeable in hockey, it seems to be when superstars are traded away from teams get better. You even use the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres traded away Jack Eichel. The team they traded him to did not make the playoffs. Granted, they won the cup a year later, but they did not even make the damn playoffs. The Vegas Golden Knights. And last season, the Buffalo Sabres were the closest to the playoffs they've been since before they even drafted Jack Eichel. So
The only comparable I could think of that is when Harper left the Nationals and they won the World Series.
there you go. There's a perfect
But
example
they were
right there.
already good.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were good, but then they somehow became even better without Harper.
Just saying.
I guess because they allowed
Just saying.
Soto to play.
I'm trying to speak it into existence.
Also,
I really
fuck
am
the
trying.
Braves
Yeah, fuck the Braves.
and fuck the Phillies too.
We'll root against them next round. They did their part.
Yeah, go D-backs.
Yeah, the chopaganda's over. So
The propaganda.
now
God
It's
almighty.
Jover.
It's Jover. Smell you. Go
It's
home.
Jover. Okay. Guys, I think we need to do our ice cold take segment.
Let's do it. Is there a graphic incoming?
Maybe.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh.
Look, what is that? What is I can't grab it.
Graphic.
Wow.
Ice cold take. If you missed my video yesterday, make sure you go check it out. It's on YouTube. It talks about how you make an ice cold take. Don't ever confuse me for old takes exposed. Remember that I am not freezing cold takes. So if someone ever gets something wrong, makes a really bad prediction, Don't tag Ice Cold Takes Pod. Tag Old Takes Exposed, please.
Leave Joey D out of it.
Yeah, leave me out of it.
Leave him the fuck out of it.
Ice Cold
It's not
Take, a
him.
noun, is an accurate statement backed by facts and observations that is solid in nature, similar to a block of ice, i.e., a spot-on claim. I'm gonna go first. I have one. The Rangers have not had a season where they were over 50% as a team in the faceoff dot since Chris Drury was playing for them. I believe this is the year to break that streak. I think it is set in stone. The Rangers went over 60% of their faceoffs in the first game. And I know I said I'm cautiously optimistic and I need to see more than one game, but damn, they are working very, very hard, paying a lot of attention to faceoffs when not much attention, not much media coverage was given towards faceoffs in the past. And we know how us as fans were so pissed that they could never win an offensive zone draw or faceoff when it mattered. Yet they draw up the most plays in the league. Remember 2015? The Rangers drew up the most faceoff plays. I think this is the year. Michael Pekka as the assistant or associate coach.
Big
and that
Pekka
guy was
guy.
a beast at faceoffs. Benino's taking faceoffs. Jordan mentioned it. Benino is taking faceoffs with his opposite hand.
Yep.
Even Lafreniere was winning faceoffs.
Lafreniere, a left
He was
winger
good,
playing
too.
on the right wing, is playing center, and
Yep.
he's winning faceoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Not just one faceoff. He won how many? 4 out of 5? 5 out of
Yeah.
6?
He was ridiculous.
In place of Hedel.
Yep.
I did not even notice that. It's
Stud.
these things that you don't pay attention to. You just appreciate them, Like
100%.
I don't know. Like that's my ice cold take. Rangers are going over 50% as a team in faceoff this year. And
I like that.
Like Benino was great last night. Trocheck was great. Was it Micheletti that was saying that Trocheck was like over 80% or something like that at some point in the game? I forget.
Damn, was he really? Trocheck's always been good at faceoff, so I think
Oh
people kinda
yeah,
sleep on
yeah.
that.
But
We saw more of the Carolina Trocheck in that
Yes.
game, which was really nice.
I really like.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, a side note, I really like how they Laviolette decided to plop him on the third line. That is
Looks good there.
much better fit for him.
Mhm.
It is.
And I do like that combination, him with Wheeler and Cooley. I think that's a really, really good.
Muck and grind, cause
Yeah.
turnovers, cause havoc. You need
Very,
that. You
like
need
the
that.
size between Wheeler and Cooley.
Mhm.
I like that. And Wheeler's got to use that body of his to his advantage. That came out really weird, but out of context moments. But yeah, I thought that line looked pretty good. We'll see if they could chip in offensively too. But guys, I can't be the only one making ice cold takes here. I need some bold predictions.
Evan's
Okay.
going next.
Do you want me to give the crazy one or the more realistic one?
Yeah.
Go realistic first, so we can have fun with the crazy one after.
Yes.
Okay, the realistic one. Kreider's gonna mess around, and score 50 goals again this year. Kreider's gonna mess around, and score 50.
And this dude's saying
loved it.
realistic. I love this. I love this confidence.
What's the other one?
You think it's crazy, that one?
I don't think it's brazy at all. I'm just saying I'm glad you think it's realistic.
If you didn't tell me
No, well-
beforehand which was which, I would be like,
You
and
wanted
the realistic
you
one?
wanted a bold take.
Okay.
I'm giving you 2, and I think that it's more realistic than the other. That's just what I mean. The other one is the Rangers finish top 2 in the Eastern Conference.
Ooh,
That's my other one.
spicy one. That's like dry ice, man. That's explosive.
And my justification for that one is it's all based off. It's all based
Why not
off
us?
a few
Why
games.
not
Yeah.
us?
Why not us? No, it's based off of a few games, but something that just really was eye-opening to me about that nobody's appreciating, because everyone is saying it to me because of the way I reacted in my post game yesterday. And it's like, they beat Buffalo. Who cares? How many times for years have we been pissed off that they have not been taking advantage of garbage hockey teams and beating bad hockey teams? They took care of business. What did you want them to do? how many wins have they been getting over the past few years on top of losing to bad teams at times?
You're right.
It could just be reactionary to what we just saw last night, but that's my justification for it if it happens.
Kid's
And then with
cooking right now.
Kreider, I just think Laviolette system benefits a guy like Kreider so much.
Can I just say, I know you guys were flipping out about Lafreniere, and then as soon as he scores that first goal, and then he plays the game, he played a hell of a game, man. Like he was unbelievable. He was great, but I'm not sold on him yet. I need it, like I said, cautiously optimistic. I need to see more than one game. I need to see like a week, 2 weeks.
That's what I said when I tweeted about him.
Okay, if Lafreniere is seeing our criticism, okay, good, very good. I like that response that first game. Keep it up, man. Like, just whatever you're doing, just do it again for the next 2 weeks at least. And then after that, I'll check in with you in a month after that, and we'll see how you're doing. You keep that up the rest of the season, you got a good year. Nick, it's your turn.
I have 2.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm ready.
I have 2. Now, one of them I need a second for. So I'm gonna wait patiently for the second one. The first one, I don't know if it's an ice cold take. I think it's a pretty realistic take. Excuse me. This is the second one. Okay, the second one's getting ready. So the first one, and this is kind of building off of what you guys are success. The Rangers going over 50% of the faceoff dot. The Rangers finishing top 2 in the Eastern Conference. Me personally, and I have not been saying this a lot lately because I've been preaching they're probably going to finish 3rd. I think at the very least they're going to finish 2nd in the Metro. However, I think at the trade deadline, I think the Rangers, assuming everything continues to go as smoothly as it did last night,
Don't assume.
you're going to make an ass out of you and me. I think the Rangers are going to be within 3 games / 6 points of top 3 in the entire NHL.
Wow. I thought top 2 in the East. In the
I
East
said
was
that.
Wait. Matt just gave a really good
I said
one.
that.
Matt gave a really good one. My other ice cold take is the bathroom prices at MSG will be raised to $50. That I can agree with. That one I could agree with.
This other one was pretty good too here. This was good. I like this. My ice cold takes are the Rangers are a top 10 team in 5v5 play at the end of the season, and Kakko and Hedl each hit 60 points. That first one is kind of similar to me about like the face-offs. Like that's something I've never witnessed the Rangers do. Like I've never witnessed the Rangers be above 50% in the dot as a team. I've never witnessed the Rangers be a top 10 5v5 team before.
Unrealistic. Not gonna happen. Just like Elias Pettersson of the Rangers. Cole Schwint, just a throwing piece too.
Steven Stamkos to the Rangers for
We will be there. We will be there.
I have my second ice cold take.
Winnipeg cold take.
Kakko is going to score 30 goals this season.
I love it. Special guest ice cold take. Yeah.
We will be there.
We will all be there for Kakko Bako scoring 30 goals.
That
Yeah.
courtesy of Grace.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. You heard it from Grace. Kakko's 30 goals this year. I got to make a video on that.
I think it's possible.
My nephew. My ice cold take is that you should hire Matt. It's still not the day for me to pronounce his name. I'm sorry.
I haven't even tried pronouncing his last name before.
Wait, Matt, type out the pronunciation in the comments. Let's give it a shot.
We got to get Sam Rosen to say it.
Sam Rosen would probably fucking kill it. He'd probably
How
knock
was
it out of the
Sam
park.
Rosen's performance in the booth?
Not bad.
Not bad. The first
Not
goal
bad.
call, he kind of like, it took him a little while to like.
He didn't
figure
call
out where the
Lafreniere
play
Kevin Hayes when he scored?
was- Wait, what?
I don't know. I was just
Frank
throwing it out there.
Petrano?
Because they both wear 13.
Remember, Trocheck scores a power play goal. Frank Petrano!
That one doesn't even make sense.
Excuse me, that's Vincent Trocheck.
Oh, Matt.
man.
Oh, Matt. Why'd you have to kill me like that?
Oh.
No. Oh!
Yeah, taser beam. Smell ya.
Oh yeah, Devon Tays. How are the
Colorado.
Rangers gonna? How are they gonna get him?
They're not anymore. They were.
I don't know, man. I think
A man was able to dream about a world where the Rangers got Devontae's,
I don't know, I
Brandon
think you're playing
Montour,
Chelsea
Steven
much, man.
Stamkos, Patrick Kane, Elias Pettersson all at the deadline.
You're playing. You're playing.
Just 5
Chelsea
lines and
much.
4
Joey,
pairs of D.
You put in the-
Joey, let
what
a
do you
man
put in
dream.
the,
Could you please
put in the
turn
trade
around so I can
difficulty
hear
on
you when you're
easy?
talking out of your ass? Turn around so I can hear you when you talk out of your ass, Joey, because this is nonsense. This is nonsense.
God
Let a man
almighty.
dream. It's
They want
realistic.
They want another first round
If
pick?
I could do it on Armchair GM, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Thanks for my drink, babe.
When our oh my god,
I could do it. I could do it.
you guys.
M.
suck.
Winarkovich. Oh fuck. Okay. M. Is it saying M or M? Winarkovich.
Winarkovich.
I read that first as Mace Windu.
M. Winarkovich. M. Winarkovich.
God.
M. Winarkovich. Fuck. M. Win.
Edwin.
M. Winarkovich. M. Winarkovich. I think
You
I
know
got
who
it.
would nail this pronunciation? The Gary Cohen would definitely.
Yeah. That's like a hidden
outta
talent.
here.
That's actually facts. Trouba's making 8 million and Taze is making 7.2. That's like it's like a secret amongst announcers. They could just kill last names. I'm brutal with pronunciation.
So am I. That's why I've never tried pronouncing your last name, Matt. I think it's a cool looking last name. That's all I say.
I just say like big supporter Matt. Mets Rangers fan. Matt. Matt, are you a Jets fan too?
Yeah, Matt's a Jets fan.
Let's go. Let me join and I'll show you.
Yeah,
Okay.
get him to say it. Get him to say it. I gotta hear him say it.
Okay, here, hang on a second.
Give him his 15
spot.
seconds.
Wow.
Save him a spot.
This is we're making Ice Cold Takes history right here.
Well,
you
fuck
know?
it. Do you want
This is
make,
the
make
first-
this the guest segment?
Yes, this is a guest segment. I've never had a guest
Yeah.
on here like in the middle
dope.
of the show. You know, like I've always wanted to have it be like a radio show.
Have people call in.
have people call in. I never got around to doing it.
Dude, and then you have someone join. Man, that shit is ass. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Oh God, wait. What's his at? Ah.
I don't know. Evan, do you know how to
throw it
add
in the
guests?
chat. You can throw the link in the chat if you're gonna get guests on, and then bring them in
Okay.
one at a time. That's what I do when I bring
a
them
good
on.
idea.
Hang on. No. There's too many people in here. Hang on.
Yeah, you bring them in one at a time.
Okay, I'll do it. Fine. Get out of here, Grammarly.
When you
Not trying to
mentioned
spell
Donald
right now.
Cracker earlier, I just saw that fucking rant about Evan Neal. That rant was so good.
Oh, Don LaGreca.
Yeah.
Boom!
If you see him at
Boo
the
his
DMV,
fat ass.
boo his ass.
If he wins the Super Bowl, boom!
Boo him.
That's not even the best Don rant, though.
Oh, I know it's not, but that one was so good.
I love Don so much, man. Oh my God, I'm praying for the day that he rants about the Rangers. Like, somebody's got to call and say something that is going to get under his skin. Peter Rosenberg, who's one of the co-hosts on the Michael K show, did that once. He called in as a guy and he was complaining about the Yankees, and it's like he pretended he was like Gil from somewhere. I don't know. That's crazy. That's very brave of you to post that. Did it work? Oh wait. Oh, he's here.
Boys, what's up?
Matty!
Yeah.
All right, so it's Polish. I'll give you the English and the Polish version.
Let's
so
hear
in
it.
English, you can go Monarkowicz.
Monarkowicz.
And
Okay.
Monarkowicz.
Polish, it's Młynarkiewicz.
Mod on.
Winarkowicz.
Because how I sent you the M and the win, it's Mwyn.
Mwyn.
Młynarkiewicz.
God almighty.
13
I gotta
W's.
I gotta work on my English, bro. I'm fucking trash.
Yo, listen. When I used to play hockey on the Royals, I was the only one with smaller letters on the back.
I never even thought like how would the
Bro.
jersey work? Like you ever see oh my gosh, what's the D
At
Gordon?
least, I'm not D Strange Gordon, and my thing's
yeah.
going from shoulder to
That's what I'm
shoulder.
talking about. I forgot
Pete
what the
Crow
team-
Armstrong.
Oh my
Bro.
God. Like
Pete Crow.
but like D Gordon is really tiny. So like the name on the jersey essentially makes a circle. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Like 'cause
Right.
he's got really like tiny shoulders.
God almighty.
That's
fucking
nuts.
hilarious.
Matt, do you have an ice cold take outside the one you put in chat?
Okay, hang on a second.
Oh, it's
What's
JoJo. That's my brother.
This question Python pineapple pizza for the stadium series. Man, I will disown you.
Bro.
Where? But the problem is that I gotta get it at the place. Like it's not. It's gotta be at the place if I'm gonna
Well,
get it.
you're gonna be saving $50 on the bathrooms because the Rangers
Facts.
are home and it's at
Facts.
MetLife Stadium.
No. See, because Dolan's bringing in his money machines. He'll be installing them in the MetLife bathrooms.
Bring his
Porta
money machine.
potties?
He's got people collecting quarters to get to the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
Bro, he's got those movable porta potties. Can never count this guy
You have
out.
to swipe your credit card before
Bro.
going in.
No, they take Apple Pay now.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay.
ATM, always take money. That's what that stands for.
God almighty, dude.
I wouldn't be shocked if stadiums did things like that. Like they put outlets by every seat and then they
Bro.
charge people to use them. If you want to charge your phone.
Dude, they're gonna seriously start charging for fucking everything, dude. They're gonna like make it so like you're right. You're gonna be able to scan something and order like a hot dog on the phone. The people that go around with the hot dog hair, that's gonna be long gone before you know it. There's gonna be people just passing hot dogs down the aisle.
No, that's what it was. That was so stupid at the Leafs game when I went. There's like 40 fucking seats per row, and they have the vendors coming up, and someone in the middle. Hey, can I get a beer? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, what do you want?
Shut up!
Yeah, that'll be $50 for just half of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
just throw it down from the Chase Bridge. I'll get it.
Yeah.
I got my outfielders mitt ready.
Yeah, you catch a foul ball, but it's just Sam Rosen chucking a beer, which is literally just backwash
But your
from the
Starling
last
Marte-
asshole. Yeah, yo.
You
but
laugh,
your
but I
Starling
tried
Marte,
getting
so
someone.
your fielding accuracy goes down.
You laugh, but I tried to do that when I went to a game. I was sitting above the Lexus Suites, and I'm like, and I'm asking the person down there. I see them eating a cookie. I'm like, yo, pass me one up. And she's like, we're out of food. I'm like, what the fuck you mean you're out of food? You're in the Lexus Suites.
Like throw down a cookie,
How do you?
bro.
That's a lie. You don't
You
run
run
out
out
of
of
sweet
food.
food.
God almighty.
I said it to her then. I'm like, you're fucking lying. You have food. You're in the Lexus Suites. Get the fuck
I don't
out
know
of
what
here.
to tell you. I
Dude,
don't know
how
what
much
to
do
tell
how much
you.
do the Lexus suites cost?
Like,
I was looking at opening
50,000
night.
probably.
I was looking at opening night tickets tonight, and someone actually put up a ticket there to be sold. It's like 1,400.
Get the
Oh
fuck
my
out of
God.
here. What?
Did you guys see that at that Phillies game? There was
1,400 was just the base. It was 1,800 with seller fees.
What the hell? 1,800 for a
Yep.
hockey game for
Hold
one
on,
game?
dude. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God!
I wish I had money to piss away like that,
This-
man.
Bro,
That
just-
seat better be like in the middle of the ice.
Bro, but don't
Yeah.
worry. With your Chase card, you can only get it for 1,300.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. With your Chase card.
The Chase card.
Yo, for real.
Dude, if I'm paying over $200 for a ticket, I need to be holding hands with Laviolette on the bench.
I
I'm
need-
sorry.
I
There's
need to
no
be
fucking
holding
way.
I
hands
need to
with
be
them.
shielding John Giannone from a puck.
Right,
How
right,
much-
right.
That's where I need to
How much
be.
did you pay for those tickets in Buffalo last night?
That's actually a good question.
They were like, I'm trying to think how much they were because I bought them a while ago. I think it was like, because I was sitting really low bowl. It was like 120 each, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
What
that's like
section were you in?
I was in section 100. I was like right behind the net.
Out of here, dude. You
that's,
couldn't. You
that's
couldn't.
at least like $600 for MSG.
Dude, it would cost you $100 to make eye contact with the usher to take you to your seat in the 100s at Madison Square Garden. Jesus Christ Almighty!
I got that. To be Usher.
Well, that's why like when you looked at that graphic and you saw like the Panthers coming off of Stanley Cup final appearances and their opening tickets for $19. I mean, like
That's fucking crazy, dude. That's the way it should
bro,
be.
I put this one time in a comment, but my dad has a ticket from when he went to Game 2 of the '94 series when they were in for the Islanders. It was $25 for a ticket.
Wow.
Game 2, first round against the Islanders, $25.
That's literally a burger and fries at the Garden. Actually, as a matter of fact, that's not a burger and fries at the Garden right now. I don't think.
That's a fucking chicken
That's-
tenders.
that's
four
one step
chicken
inside the
tenders and,
bathroom.
and like a handful of fries at the Garden.
That's so you're letting it closer to you can
No.
smell the bathroom just a
Yeah,
little
you could
bit.
smell it.
No,
You
no.
got, like, just like a hint of ash just left over from the guy that actually paid full price to shit in the bowl. you're just thinking like, man, wouldn't it be nice to go to the bathroom right now?
Can you
Joey-
imagine if Alexis Lafreniere did what Evan Neal did? Like when all the fans were oh my
Yeah, no, no.
god, man.
Dude.
Jesus.
No,
Boom!
Joey, you got it wrong. It's not 4 chicken tenders. It's like 1, and it's only $25 if you use your Chase card. Otherwise, it's
Right.
like it's like
You just-
50.
Well, I
just
bought
get-
it at
you just get the
maybe it's
bones.
different. Maybe in preseason they treat you
Get
more.
the bones.
You just get the ball.
You
Hey,
could,
listen,
you could like
that's-
you could, and you can't chew on them though. You can look at them. You can't
Hey,
chew
listen,
on the bones.
that's a lot of calcium right there.
You could taste the marrow underneath it for $25.
$25 is a medium Pepsi in a souvenir cup with a little handle.
Yeah, the handle's gonna snap off. If
Yeah, the handle's not included.
Right. You
The
gotta buy
price
it
is not
different.
included in the total, buddy.
You
Bro.
get the bones and it's $5 per fry.
Right. It's
So-
$5 a fry.
That leads me to my next question. How much are they going to start charging for the escalators to go up
Oh,
to your
bro.
seat, and when?
Bro, like if you sit at the Chase Bridge, because it's already gonna be expensive to go up, but to go down, there's gonna be parachutes. You got a parachute down.
You gotta rappel down. You got people fucking shooting up like the Batman grappling hook just to get to their seats.
They're gonna be like on the Titanic when they were putting down the boats.
Right.
Oh my
It's going to
god.
look like the Fortnite update.
Bro.
Python, it's like 5
Jumping off the
cents.
battle bus to get to your seats.
They'll charge 5 cents for each of the little lines of the escalator that you stand on.
Yeah, where we landing, boys? I don't know. My tickets are behind the Chase Bridge. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Oh, God, this is
Oh shit, I'm a
hilarious.
late drop. I'm an AFK. Drop AFK with me. I'll meet you at the 400 behind the Chase Bridge.
God
Drop
almighty.
an AFK.
Dude, I feel bad. The poor people that like are in wheelchairs are fucked when they gotta start paying for the fucking elevator, dude. That's gonna be it. Then Madison Square Garden's gonna be totally fucking lost. You're done for, dude.
If
Oh.
their wheelchair is sponsored by Chase, I hear they got
Right. If you come in with a Chase wheelchair, it's $5 off the $50 elevator fee to get to your fucking. Not even to get to your seats, just to get to the fucking level, so you can slowly make your way there and get bumped into on the way.
Just get a Chase sticker and slap that shit on like flex tape.
Bro. God Almighty,
That's a lot of damage.
that's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage to the wallet right
Yeah,
there.
you're gonna start needing like Chase passes as you go everywhere. You're just gonna have a Chase sticker on your shirt.
It's just like-
Yesterday, I was listening to the Michael K show, and Laviolette was on and was talking about MSG Plus, and like
Another
I
sick
love
joke.
Valley, but he was like talking about how much the games are. Like, if you want to watch a game, it's $10 for the game, and he made it seem like, okay,
Jesus Christ.
is there something else coming with the $10, or no? You're really just paying $10 a game for 82 games.
It's
That's
fucking
$820
ridiculous.
fucking dollars, man.
Even that as a suggestion is fucking
Why-
ridiculous.
I bought can the camera focus? I
Just
bought
get a fire stick. Just jailbreak a fire stick.
but I don't want to pay anything extra.
I know from a friend that
That's why
it's
I
not
bought
that
a
bad.
4K TV, a new Samsung TV. I'm serious. My Samsung TV was like a 2012. I was looking for MSG Plus. I'm like, yo, where's MSG Plus? And I called the guy at Samsung, and he's like, that model's severely old. There's no way that has that. You need to get a new model. Like,
Bruh.
So I got the new
Listen.
model, put MSG on, and I finally have a way to watch the Rangers. Although
like
I was
blacking out.
watching from my damn pizzeria last night. because I
Maybe
was
maybe
working.
if you ask Dolan to get you a ticket package, he could throw you an MSG Plus as a nice little bonus gift.
Right.
As long as
it's free
as
for
long as I
$500
get a
bucks.
Chase card, yes, I know. As long as I get a Chase card, I got to change from Mastercard to Chase. Okay, fine.
God almighty, man. They're fucking always after money.
I
Fuck.
can't wait for them
Rangers
to
hockey
slap
is
on.
presented by Chase.
I can't wait for them to slap on every seat in the arena. Presented by Chase. Presented
Yep.
by Chase.
Yep.
Now, listen, you need that Chase card more than anything.
Need that more than anything.
Joey, do you have Mbappe? Do you have the picture?
Mbappe? No.
You don't
You have to have the
picture of
Mbappe
Mbappe?
meme, right?
You have to have it on deck. That's like a
Why?
staple.
Joey, come on. Is
Joey,
this
act like-
amateur
this
hour,
guy-
bro?
Is that like,
Come
is that like
on.
how I tweet
God
the
Joey,
almighty,
like I said
dude.
earlier,
thought-
if you're gonna talk out of your ass, stand up and turn the fuck around. Come
I
on,
thought I was-
man.
And I thought I was the rookie here.
Oh my god, I'm getting plastered. What the hell, man?
Rookie cold takes.
Another-
Ugh,
Rookie.
Yeah.
Rookie
amateur
cold
cold takes.
God
Yeah,
almighty. I fucking love it here. God almighty. What a gig we have,
what
huh?
a crazy stream here. Well,
Let's take some more fan questions.
And also,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but I will also be joining the Ranger Central podcast as a fourth member. So just want to put that out there.
Let's
let's go.
Joe.
Nice.
Breaking the news.
Let's fucking Joe.
If
We
my
will be
graphic
there.
designer will fucking answer me.
we'll be there.
We will be there.
That's
Your graphic
fucking
designer,
sick.
you
I'll
mean
be there.
Fiverr.com?
Yeah, my graphic designer on Fiverr who has not answered. Yes, you were correct.
Wow.
We'll be there.
We will all be there.
We'll be there.
It's fucking amazing.
Ranger Central, we'll be there. Ice Cold Takes, we'll be there.
Listen,
People be
YouTube,
there.
YouTube ain't ready for this takeover.
Cjeths YT, we'll be there.
People be there.
We need another NHL up 24 rant from Nick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That game is so ass.
This-
I got it to like
Bro.
when I stumbled on the
Bro.
I got it, Nick. When I stumbled on the clip of you getting up out of your seat and walking away, that was literally the funniest thing I've seen. I
Dude.
was not expecting that at all. You were just like,
Wait, the Boyko one?
yeah, the Boyko one. I was like, he actually just did that.
I need to
actually just
start
did
just
that.
posting clips that like his reaction to the NHL 24 ratings were just so
Yeah, dude, that was
fucking-
that was one of the funniest streams I think I've ever been a part of. I at one point think I was talking for over an hour straight.
yeah, no body checker. Yeah. Just Jack Hughes, no body checker.
Right. This guy has fucking back at you, but fucking Jack Hughes, who laid 2 hits in his entire career, has the same body checking value.
Yeah,
Dude,
no,
oh my
makes sense.
God.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
He's a known two-way forward.
Right, known two-way guy, right? Fucking 90 defensive awareness, but not the fucking guy that
Two-way
literally.
guy, I thought he was an
gonna get into it.
enforcer.
Bro, I'm not gonna get into it because I already feel my fucking face getting fucking red hot.
Bro, did you not see the new update they gave Panarin 99 crouching ability?
99 Project.
Bro was
boy.
camping last night.
Yeah, they gave him 99 bush camping.
I sent that to Hockey Stat Miner because he always tweets about that stuff. Like that was like the best one though that Panarin has done. He like always. It's like, why are you
That
doing
wasn't-
that? Blood is not hiding from anybody.
And that wasn't the first time he did it either. I've seen there's multiple
Bro.
pictures of him doing it from different games. I just never noticed it until last night.
He's a little ninja. He just hides.
Oh,
Bro,
God.
listen,
His ears
when
are
you
so
shave your head, you change as a man.
Bro, maybe I should shave my head. Put up that comment back from Gert Roberts about Arizona.
Oh,
Gert
God.
Roberts, a good friend of the show, a coworker of mine, a hockey cohort of mine, a teammate of mine.
Gert Roberts thinks the Arizona sneaks into the playoffs.
Gert Roberts, put your real name in the comments, you
They,
sicko.
they actually looked good against
Yeah,
New
they
York
actually-
tonight.
I watched that game tonight. They did look good against the Devils. I mean, in the first period, they did outplay them. They just got into penalty trouble in the third period.
So they lost.
No, they wanted a shootout.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
Dude, Arizona's kind of a wagon. But here's the problem. Like, they're not good enough to make the playoffs, but they're not
What
good
did
enough to
you
finish
just
bottom
say?
10 either. I think they're a wagon. I'm excited to watch them. Excuse me. but a rip mouth. Just mute myself. That's better. Anyways, Arizona. They're not good enough to finish. They're not bad enough to finish bottom 10, but they're also not good enough to finish in the playoff spot. So they're going to be just mid forever. But they have a pretty good baseline, dude. I mean, the actual Logan Cooley, not Will Cooley, the better Cooley. Logan Cooley, you have Gunther, you have Keller. Like, they actually have a really good young baseline. Yeah, right. They have a really good young baseline to build off of.
They're playing in the NHL though, right? They're not like
yeah.
Oh yeah. Michelli, Cooley, they're all playing.
Yeah.
That goal Cooley scored in Australia,
bro.
That was like the Spinorama goal. That was
orgasmic, bro. That shit was sick.
He's such a good skater.
Hey, not safe for work.
That's an NSFW word?
I'm kidding. I don't know.
I say, who knows? Who knows in today's
I
day
don't
and age,
know.
bro? Dude, did you see that fucking rip by Sean Dursey too? Dude, I love the Coyotes, dude. And they got Jason Zuckerho on the Rangers to sign too. Barrett Hayton's finally kind of coming into his own.
Bro, we need playoff hockey at Mullet Arena.
Yeah,
at least
facts.
once. Yes,
We need Joey, get Mbappe up. We need it more than anything.
We need it more than anything.
Get Mbappe up.
What?
We need more graphics.
And he
in here,
still
Joey.
doesn't have
Come
Mbappe
on,
up.
man.
Come on.
God Almighty,
Which
dude.
game are you talking about?
This is ridiculous. I'm
Can you
hurt
believe
right
this
now.
guy?
This is just. I mean, do you see this? Do you? Because I see.
Does he know? No, I don't.
Does he know?
Joey's becoming the mark of this podcast.
God, who is
the mark?
God Almighty. Joey D -1.
Is this even my show anymore?
Now, if you don't know the Mbappe meme, then sorry.
Yeah. It's a tough look. It's going to be hard to advance in this community without the Mbappe meme.
Yeah.
Nick,
Joey, I don't know if I
Nick,
could be a recurring guest
Nick,
anymore if Mbappe's not up.
There's another D.
Is this the other D?
This is my other nephew.
Is this so? Wait, is this brother D, Vin D, nephew D, or
Nephew
is this
double D?
Is this nephew double D?
Nephew double D.
Is that who it is?
Come on.
Yes, Mbappe.
There we go. Since Joey over here can't get it up on screen.
Wait, show it again. I couldn't see.
Come on, you know the Mbappe meme.
I love the one where it's just his face. It doesn't
Bro.
have
Let's
the
just
quote.
we'll zoom it in and into his eye.
Right. Just a little bit closer every single time. You're gonna see into that man's soul.
Every single time. It's me, Mag, Laffer, MVP. Every time we just go back and forth to get as close as possible.
Just getting closer and closer and closer. God Almighty, dude! I love how the whole Demeglia family's in here. I love that. We need more D's.
Yeah, I know for sure.
Pause.
D's
Extra
nuts.
day.
Extra
Yeah.
D.
Extra D.
Yeah. Evan's ripping fucking pineapple on pizza. Joey's got D's all around him. It's crazy.
Yeah, D on the side.
Oh my god. Yeah, Joey's got a side D.
D,
God
extra
almighty.
D on top and D on the side.
This isn't even a fucking hockey podcast. I love this shit.
This is
God
this is
almighty,
like,
I love this.
This is like those old school Twitter spaces with Andrew Calzone, Nick, and oh my gosh, Keandre the Giant. Remember him? Oh my gosh.
You gotta have fun though, dude. Like this is what keeps it interesting. Like, listen, we could talk hockey for hours. We know that we can, but let's make it fun and interesting. I love this shit.
Yeah.
Just banter, just back and forth, guys just gabbing, just hanging out, having a good time.
Oh, he's not Vin D?
No, they are
Where is
Ds.
Vin D and Brother D?
They are D's. They're just not Demeglios. They're Daniellos. Even more
Mom,
Italian.
I didn't fucking understand. There was more than one fucking D. My bad.
Let's just talk about how Juan Soto and Shohei Ohtani are going to be New York Mets next year.
Bro,
God.
thank
Is
tits
that
too.
gonna happen?
No, it's not going to. One of them.
Trade-
One of them will be a Met. It's not going to be both, but one of them will be.
Well,
Joey,
you
I
could-
don't appreciate the negativity tonight, man. I don't.
What did
You need
I
more
do?
you need
They're
more
both
positive
coming, bro.
attitude. You're saying that it's going to be one of them?
Well, I
say
said it was
that.
gonna be
No,
one
I
of
didn't
them.
say anything.
I still going to be one of them.
It's gonna be both, and then Yamamoto's coming too.
You're laughing like it's not happening, though,
three.
Joey.
Hey, listen,
The
listen,
negativity.
Listen, when 2025 comes around, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Senga, that's our Schmaltz, Glavin, and Maddox right there. The Japanese trio.
We will be
It's
there.
insane.
And the
We
two
will
and the
absolutely
two other
be there.
And I
And the
should have
rule is
faith
that-
that this will work out when Syndergaard, DeGrom, Harvey, Wheeler, Matz didn't work out. Why?
Oh
I
my
never-
god,
I
the
never- who's that?
negativity with this guy. I can't with them. I
First it was the Mbappe meme, and now this. Joey, you crossed the line. You
Yeah,
crossed the
Joey's-
line.
I baited him.
It's not gonna happen.
Joey, the whole podcast, stirring the
Joey-
pot.
Deshaun.
Stirring the
Joey-
pot.
Joey right now has no heart. He's feeble right now.
No.
I know the Mets took it away from me.
I don't need negative D here, Joey. I need positive D. Let's go. Give me some positive D.
We're not having any Frank the Tank vibe over here.
Oh my god, dude, we gotta get
Mike
Frank
Kelly's
the Tank
gonna
on the
be
stream with
batting
us,
lead
bro.
off for the Mets next year.
Did you?
Bro, I'm telling-
Wait, did
Jack-
I tell you guys what Frank the Tank? He was on remember when we were on the Ice Brew
Yeah,
channel?
Yeah,
so-
I watched that episode.
Yeah, that was so funny. Did you guys hear what Frank said the opening day lineup's gonna be from the Mets?
no.
Okay, let me find
This
it.
is
no.
this is an all-time lineup right here.
Oh, this
Bro.
Bro.
was generational. I
When
gotta
you,
find it.
when you got Daniel Vogelback in the fourth spot, you know it's
Vogelback. Danny fucking
Danny
Burgers.
Burgers.
I
All right,
fucking
here it
love
is. So first of all, he said Kodai Singh is gonna be gone. He's gonna go to the Rays because it's part of the punishment from
Almighty.
the outdoor scandal.
that. God
and
almighty,
they're gonna
dude.
lose all their players. But the opening day lineup, leading off is gonna be Tim LaCastro. Batting second is gonna be Jonathan Aruz.
Oh my god.
Batting third's gonna be Telez.
Rowdy Telez?
Batting fourth is gonna be Vogelback. Fifth is gonna be Stewart.
Oh my
Sixth
god.
is gonna be Vogelback's brother. Seventh's gonna be Beatty. Eighth is gonna be Daney, and ninth is gonna be Mendick.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just not
almighty.
surprised Darren Ruff was back.
Right, seriously,
Yeah.
where's Ruff?
Darren Wolf.
Oh my god almighty, dude.
Yo, but for real, in a trade for Soto, you could send Beatty and Vientos the hell out of here.
Facts.
Hey, keep Mauricio and Alvarez, because Mauricio, that dude could hit.
Bro.
Also, I saw a couple proposed trades, and if the package can be around a Beatty, Parada, Clifford, and a pitcher like McGill or Peterson, I'm pulling the trigger 10 out of 10 times.
Especially if it's coming with an
I
extension.
don't even
too.
think they have to give up Clifford. I think that I did like a trade comparable with the original Soto deal, and obviously Josh Bell was in it, so it was a little more difficult to gauge. But it was like Kevin Parada was in the deal. Like you said, McGill or Peterson would be in the deal. Jeff McNeil, and then
Interesting. Actually.
I would give up like Colin Houck or Mauricio, and then you could give up like a pitching prospect too.
I would say. I wonder if the
Don't trade
Machado
Mauricio.
would the
wouldn't
Machado
trade.
trade be comparable? What
Uh,
Machado got?
I don't
They didn't
remember
trade for
that. I
Are you
don't
talking
remember
about, you talking about the Dodgers trades because the Padres
Yeah.
signed them?
that. I don't
Okay.
remember what
I'm
the
talking about
Dodgers
when-
gave up.
I would wonder because Soto is a free agent not this offseason but next offseason,
Yeah,
correct?
next offseason.
So would Machado not be Machado getting traded to the Dodgers be comparable? Or was that a deadline deal? I forget if they got
That
him
was
mid-season.
that was a deadline deal.
Wait, you
okay.
wouldn't give up Mauricio though for Soto?
I'd be
I would-
clutching. I'd be clutching my Mauricio pearls unless it's
No.
I
I
don't
would
know.
I would much rather it be Beatty, but I don't
I'm
know.
driving Mauricio to the airport, man. Because
Really?
Acuna's coming up. Jet Williams is going to come up in the system. If they keep Colin Houck, he'll come up through the system.
Yo,
they have
you
they-
said
they're Jack
Acuna,
Harlow.
You
They have
said
options.
Acuna, and I was like, Ronald Acuna is not a free agent. What are you talking about? What are you
Luis on
smoking?
hell,
And then
baby.
I realized that I'm smoking the dope here.
No, he might be a Met too. You just
And
don't
listen,
know.
after Ronald stormed out of the locker room last night.
Dude, he was here.
Oh, the Braves are such
How about
cowards.
the Braves shitting the bed after getting first and third with nobody out?
Yeah.
How about
Yeah.
that? 2 outs on 3 pitches, and that's
They're
the best
losers.
offensive team in baseball. You should be ashamed of yourself. You royally fucked up, man. Like
Facts.
that's
Well, those
horrible.
for me, it's the Braves and the Penguins, the two teams I hate the most. I can't fucking stand those two teams.
Oh yeah.
I gotta
Well,
agree with that.
Yeah.
I somehow hate the Braves
The
more than I
balls
hate
on
the
Ozuna.
Devils.
I know he's reckless in real life, but to go first to third, that was ballsy. There
That was
was
very
no
ballsy.
point
Yeah.
of doing that. I don't know why the fuck he decided to. Oh, let me just try and take an extra base when it doesn't even matter.
Especially in like a game that like this is like do or die. Like this is like where we don't need to make mistakes.
Remember
But if
when we
there-
were gonna go to Atlanta, Nick?
Yeah, yeah.
But if
Remember
there-
that all
if
too
there
well.
if there was anybody I would trust to steal a base, though, like in a do or die situation, it's Acuna. And the
Oh,
guy,
100%.
I
Acuna,
can't
yeah,
stand
for
the guy, but I respect his talent. The guy's insane.
He's sick. He's
Yeah.
on another level. That guy was on another planet this year.
I mean, in the playoffs, though, he no-showed.
No showed. Well, dude.
And
Good thing we had
Phillies
Cespedes,
full
right?
show.
I don't know
We need
why
Harper.
people thought the Braves were gonna win that series. Like the
It was
Phillies
hard
are
to
just
pick
so much.
against them.
The Phillies are just so much better built for the playoffs. Like,
I
Yeah,
agree
their
with that.
players are they just show up when it matters. So
and it
Bro, but
pisses
this
me
is-
off that there's like at least 3 guys on the fucking Phillies that could/should be Mets. Kyle Schwarber, they messed up there.
Yeah, the
Real
big Kyle.
Muto, nope. We want James McCann, Zach Wheeler. And then there was
Yeah.
that article that hit like a razor screw to the shin about Bryce Harper.
I
How,
hated that shit.
oh my god,
Wait, what happened?
You didn't see the
How-
article about Bryce
the-
Harper?
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that
didn't
the
see it?
Mets would have potentially went for Harper if they didn't have, but they bought in the Yoenis Cespedes so much so they didn't want to get Harper.
Yeah, Jeff
Oh,
Jeff
shit.
Wilpon said, "Who needs multiple guys making $30 million a year on your roster?"
Well, yeah. Well, of course Jeff Wilpon would say that
That
because
cheap
we know how
fuck.
he was. He would never hand out. Once he got burned by like Bernie Madoff, and it wasn't the same after that.
Well, yeah,
I
and
think
then
the Jason Bay contract was like the last huge one.
stop! Don't
I
mention
have
his
his
name.
bobblehead in my room still.
Oh,
Jason Bates.
You sicko!
Jersey, man. I
You
had it when he
sickos.
first bought him.
I still have the jersey too.
You sickos!
I know.
God,
Brody also backing up Jeff though, and that statement was funny, and he glazed, of course, Cespedes because I think he was Cespedes' agent before he took the GM job, and he's like, "Yeah, there's a reason Cespedes got paid that much."
Yeah. Yeah, it was
And
it
then
was quite clear.
and then the wild boar happened.
Bro.
That was the wildest thing.
Like the Mets just are always gonna Mets and I think somehow Cespedes
But
might end up being the weirdest
It
player
was
in MLB
so
history.
weird.
It was
because-
that, and then after a couple games after he hit that walk-off home run in the COVID season, where
Yep.
he just disappeared.
Yeah.
He just
suddenly-
up and left. He's like,
Like
I-
trending on Twitter was the Mets lost Yoenis Cespedes. They
Yeah,
literally
I
lost
remember
him.
waking up and just seeing Yoenis Cespedes is missing. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
He
just
was-
gone.
truly incredible
gone.
those 2 years though. Like in 2015,
He
you've
was the
never seen
definition of
anything like-
that was a spoon sandy run.
Ugh.
That was the definition of a spoon
Dude.
sandy
What about the
run.
following year, 2016? That was his contract year.
Dude, that September, the season we went to the World Series, that September leading up to it, he had a home run in like 15 out of 28 games or something like that.
He was
It's
in the
fucking
running for
ridiculous.
National League MVP, and he didn't
I mean,
even play a
No,
full
2015
damn
was
season.
his contract year, by the way, because
Yeah.
they chose him over Murphy.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Because why pay both, right?
because what they did is they after 2015 they signed into a 3-year deal with an opt out after
Opt
2016,
out, yes.
Right.
and then
They
after
opted out.
2016 they re-signed them again.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
it was,
remember because
yeah.
the thing was,
Oh.
Like,
and
he
now
earned
Cespedes
that
might sign with the
contract.
Nationals.
He earned it, but then once he got the money, he just stopped playing.
Where have we heard that story
Stop.
before in Mets history?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
Scherzer
how about like I think it was 2018. He was out like he started the season. He was hot. He got hurt, and then he came back for one game against
the Yankees. Yep.
and it was like the second coming of Jesus Christ. He
Mhm.
had he went like 4 for 4 or something like that, torched them, and then oh yeah, let me go back on the injured list. I got heel calcification. I'm gonna need surgery, and I'm out for the year. What the?
Like
What?
that's one of those guys. If he number one gave a fuck and number two didn't get hurt, I mean, he could have really gone down as one of the greatest Mets of all time if he could have just been healthy
Could
and
have been
gave
one
a
of the
shit.
greatest
Because he had the
players.
talent. He had the talent to absolutely do it. Just to quickly just gloss over his numbers. When the Mets got him in 2015 from Detroit, he played 57 games. He had 230 at bats. He had a 942 OPS, 17 home runs, and 44 ribbies in 230 at bats. That's almost fucking unheard of. He's having a home run like once every like 11 or 12 at bats.
The Mets had no business making the playoffs, especially 2016. If you look at that, look at the wild card game lineup from 2016.
Yeah,
they had TJ Rivera hitting like 5th.
Yeah, and he was one of the only guys who got a hit off Bumgarner in that game. I remember. They had Rene Rivera catching.
Yep.
Rene fucking Rivera.
Hey, they brought him back then again also. And like, when did they bring him back? 2021,
They
right?
had so many automatic outs in that lineup. I don't know how they were able to do it, but Terry Collins willed them to the finish line, and they fucking won games at the end.
I don't know why people don't like Terry Collins.
I love that man.
We'll never forget that Asdrubal Cabrera walk-off against the Phillies.
Asdrubal Cabrera,
God, man.
Neil Walker.
I forgot about Asdrubal.
Jay Bruce.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Eric Campbell.
What a swing and a miss Jay Bruce was.
It depresses me so much that like those teams were just so bad on paper, and then like this team this past year is like so good on paper in comparison to that, especially.
What killed me about that generation of the Mets was, when they moved on from Granderson and Duda and Bruce, they did it way too late. They did it after the trade deadline for the waiver exemption thing, and they got minimal value back.
They got literally like nothing for Granderson.
They traded Jay Bruce, who had hit 30 home runs, and they got an organizational top 30 prospect. A top 30 prospect.
Hey, they got Drew Smith for Lucas Duda. Because we love Drew Smith.
Who was it? Who did they get for Jay Bruce? Was like Ryder Ryan or something like that?
I have no idea. It was some guy from the Indians. It was a pitcher.
Brutal.
And then
30 single A pitcher. 30 home runs for a single A pitcher. Really?
In the Granderson deal, didn't we get like Rain?
Yeah,
Rain. No, I said then we re-signed him and then we put him in the Diaz deal.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
At least we got something out of it.
Well, that was more of like for salary purposes, like.
Well, yeah, but still, he was part of it.
Yeah.
I don't like any part of the Mets team right now. They're so unlikable right now. I'm sorry. They're really just unlikable. I will say my respect for Lindor though went up that he played the entire year with that injury.
Senga is probably.
Dude, he had a monster year. Like
Lindor Senga had a really good year.
Senga's going to be a Cy Young, probably a top 10 Cy Young candidate, maybe even top 5.
See, that's crazy.
I mean, Lindor had, despite the Mets sucking this year, with the inability to get on base, Lindor had 98 RBI somehow, 31 home runs, and 806 OPS, which is the...
He had a 30-30 year.
Yeah, 30-30 year, yeah.
And that was after a horrible start because he was awful in the beginning of the season.
Oh, dude, he was fucking terrible.
We ripped him to shreds.
You remember he's batting like just over 200. He finished at 254 batting average. Like Lindor did not have a bad season at all. Alonso kind of figured it out, but I cut Alonso some slack too because when he got hurt with his finger, I don't think he got nearly enough time to rest as he should have, and he still ended up hitting 46 home runs with 118 RBIs. Like. Nimmo had a good season. Like there were a lot of bright spots on the Mets team last year, but Francisco Alvarez 25 home runs in 123 games.
I'd like to see
he'll be a rookie of the year candidate.
He'd have a better average next year though.
Yeah, he only
have a better average.
Alvarez. He batted 209.
That I'd like to say. I'd like to see a lot of changes.
Guys, remember his defense wasn't there.
Right. Dude,
defense was good, wasn't it?
No, but I was saying in the beginning of the year, he didn't make the team because they were concerned about his defense.
Right.
Yeah. Is that what it was?
Was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Was one of his biggest upsides.
Yeah.
Right. So we decided, we're just going to sign Gary Sanchez. He'll be the third floor. We'll have Nito fucking Sanchez.
That will be my biggest flex that I got to watch Gary Sanchez play for the Mets in person. That will be my biggest flex until I die.
That's like the Rangers signing Michael Haley to a PTO and him making the team over Filipino.
That was like in 2018 when we signed Jose Bautista.
Joey Bats.
And then he got that grand slam against the Rays.
I'll do you one. I'll do you one even better. You guys might not even remember this because I can't believe I'm going to say it out loud. Nope, even better than that.
That got automatic out. Like that takes automatic out to another level. That's like automatic strikeout. Yeah.
So in 2009, The Mets signed a former Yankee at the age of 40. Do you guys know who it is?
Oh, wait.
Former Yankee.
What position?
For the Mets, I believe he was. I don't even know if he might have even just played first base. He might have actually still been playing in the outfield. He played for the outfield for the Yankees.
40
Mostly
years old.
DH at the end of his career.
Was he on those championship winning Yankee teams?
Gary Sheffield?
Gary Sheffield.
Huh.
Gary fucking
Oh
Sheffield.
yeah, that's right. If you said ex Marlin, I would have got it.
Yeah, I probably should have said Marlin. He was probably more known to be a Marlin, but yeah, Gary Sheffield. If you guys remember him when he was a Met.
Right, he hit his 500th career home run at Citi Field.
Yeah.
The Mets love that. Like,
Legend.
remember how we were so hyped about Peraza, Pilar, and all those guys? That
I
one
like
year?
those guys.
No, they were all cool and everything, but it's like the Mets are fucking amazing at just signing old people. Like in 2006, this is when I first started watching baseball. The Mets signed a 47-year-old Julio Franco. Like the Mets are just the kings of signing old fucks.
Remember that 2018 free agency when we signed like Jason Vargas, Anthony
Yeah.
Swarzak,
Don't get me
Todd
started on
Frazier.
fucking
Jay
Vargas.
Bruce, Todd
Vargas.
Frazier.
Oh, who was the other
Come
guy?
and get us.
Oh, yeah, Adrian Gonzalez.
Yep,
Aegon.
that's right.
Oh, wait, no, that was the
AJ.
following year. Come and get us was the following year.
Oh my
Yeah, and
god,
then-
come and get us. Oh, I
Come and
hate
get
you.
us.
Listen, the streets
came and
will
got
never
us.
forget Jed Lowry.
Jed Lowry. Holy
never forget
fuck,
Jed
dude.
Lowry.
That's
He
another
signed
one of
with
my
the
biggest
Mets.
flex. I saw him play a game for the Mets in person. His first at bat.
He went.
God almighty.
He went to the Mets, 4 at bats, then went back to the A's and immediately picked up where he left off with the A's, which was hitting the crap out of baseball.
Do you want me
dude,
to hurt
not
you
only
guys?
that.
Sorry, go.
Go ahead. No,
I was
you go.
gonna
You
say,
go.
Do you want me to hurt you guys more? The Mets in
Yes.
2018, or not 2018, further, when they were getting rid of Zach Wheeler or letting him walk, they wanted to get bullpen depth, rotation depth, and center field depth. Do you remember who they signed? I tweeted about this the other day, so you might have seen it.
Break it to me gently.
Wait,
Maybe I don't want to be hurt.
The offseason where Wheeler left.
Yes.
Well, they got Walker and Porcello. as
Yep.
pitching
Those are
free
the two
agents.
starters. That's their rotation depth.
Who is the center fielder?
Wait,
He's very forgettable. He played like half the season for them in 2020.
Oh, wasn't
oh my gosh, the guy
wasn't
from
it
the
Jake
Cubs.
Marisnik?
Yep. Jake
Yeah, Jake
Marisnik.
Oh wait, no.
Oh
Oh,
my
wait, they traded for
God.
Marisnik.
And then
didn't
the
they?
relief pitcher.
Oh, it was Betances.
Betances.
I was actually
Dylan
hyped when we got
Betances.
Betances.
I was
I was
hyped too.
too.
That was our big free
We
agent
were all
signing, but
fooled.
all
Who was
those
the
guys.
guy they got from the Cubs that was like a really good defensive outfielder, then like ran into the wall and
Oh, Albert
Oh,
Almora. That was like
Almora.
Albert
that was
Almora.
That was 2021, but 2020, yeah, we let Wheeler walk, and we got what, like,
Yep.
5 innings from Betances, half a
Sucked.
season of Marisnik,
That's like when you buy a
season of
hut
Walker,
pack.
and a season of Porcello.
that's
That-
like when you buy a like the $50 hut pack and
Yep.
you get like remember when Johnny used to open those packs and you'd get
Yep.
the highest you'd get was like 83 overall.
And just make fun of him. Yeah. Dude, that's literally in EASHL. My name has literally been Hut Packs since NHL 14. I'm not even fucking kidding. And JoJo's screen name or his EASL character's name was Mom's Credit Card.
That's good. That's
Literally, I swear we've been like this since like NHL 14.
hut
God almighty.
pack.
I think we all should be playing Shell together, dude. We should at least try
Bro,
it.
let's
I
get
played
a-
a couple.
Let's
I
get
played
that
a couple
ESA
games,
Chelsea
dude.
going.
It's not terrible. It's not a lot of fun. It's not a whole lot of fun, but it's better than last year. At least
Oh,
I think.
God.
Except for the fact that fucking the dump, you can't dump the puck anymore.
Oh
I
my
saw
No,
God.
you
that.
can't. You
Johnny's
can't flip it in.
video?
It's so dumb.
Johnny's video on that was
Yeah, it
so
was really
funny.
fucking-
You
it
could
was
only
really
get a
funny.
delay game from puck ragging now. It's so stupid.
Yeah, too. Johnny
puck
Spurman-
ragging was
Johnny Spurman is the
bad.
goat.
Bro,
He is
I'm
the goat.
oh god.
I
The
used to-
OG 2BC.
I used to
man,
watch
oh.
his NHL 12, 13, 14 GM mode commentaries.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to have all about all this stuff. Like the shootout commentaries when he's
The
talking
shootout.
about like
The Minecraft episodes.
Yep.
oh
The
my
Phil
gosh, just like
Kessel
the-
shootout commentary was the
Yep.
best.
Dude, 2BC is
There
the
was a-
reason I got into one BGM mode, two Sid Meier's Civilization 5, which
Yeah.
Yes.
one of
yes.
his more underrated series. UFC when he would play it as General Zod, and then I started watching FaZe Jev with Requise, and I just pissed myself laughing.
We gotta raise the city.
Bro, we got to raise. Oh my
Raise the
god!
city.
And then what was one other thing that 2BC did? Oh, this is a story I was gonna tell. I remember when he was playing NHL 14 or NHL 15. One of his BGM modes is General Zod. When he was on the team that drafted him. I couldn't even fucking tell you who drafted him. And then during free agency, he got traded to the Rangers, and my like fucking in middle school ass was like, General Zod's going to the Rangers. Yes.
That's how I was too.
I think he was drafted by the Avs.
He was by the
Yes,
Avs.
yes,
yes,
That was
yes.
the Live the Life series.
He
That
lived
was
the life.
NHL 14.
That's the best series that he's ever put out. To me, that was like that's my favorite.
NHL
series.
Kneel
the
before
NHL
Zod.
18 one was so underrated too. When he was on
It
the
was.
Florida Panthers and he had he played that game against the Panthers. He was on the Canadians and he was like bullying the fuck out of the Panthers. He
Oh,
got hurt.
Dadonov.
He got injured. Yeah, Dadonov.
Remember,
Dadonov.
remember that NHL 12 episode when he was doing the Lightning be a GM and he was up like 8-1 in a playoff game.
Oh
And
yeah.
all of a sudden,
they
the
blew
Blues
it.
just started scoring goals, and the game finished like 8-7.
Bro.
Shut the
Oh
door!
my
Shut
God.
the door!
Have you heard the 2BC song? Someone made an edit of a 2BC song. It's so fucking great.
I gotta
yeah,
hear it.
I've
I
heard
miss
of
that
it,
guy
yeah.
so much, dude. Like, cause here's the thing. Like, he just started uploading again, and I'm afraid to start watching these videos because I know damn well he's gonna post consistently for like a week or two,
Yeah.
and we won't hear from him for months.
Yeah, I know. I've always wanted to like get him on the podcast. Like I almost had Domsky on.
I
like,
remember
last
that day.
year. I was so upset like when I couldn't get Domsky on. Like there was twice. Like I sent him the link.
We need to see John's face.
Yeah,
Oh,
seriously,
God.
I can't believe after all these years he still hasn't shown his face.
You
Bro,
know
another-
who I
oh,
kept up with? Pray for Eyes. Like I figured out where he is. Like Pray for
No
Eyes.
Ray,
shit.
Ray Stanley, Rhodes
Roach
Yeah.
was a sicko,
in Minecraft.
Big-
bro.
This guy with his TNT.
Bro.
Oh my god.
And who is the other one? Crip.
Rip.
Crip. Oh god, he was
He's
so
the
sick.
gold-
He was
Casa de
nasty.
TNT de Rhodes.
Yeah. Crip was the right winger. He was like a damn
God.
good player. He was,
Him and Prey were so sick at Shell.
yeah, they were the goal scorers. They were always doing. all
Just
the
missed it. He had a bunch of series that were going real. I always wonder why he never pursued YouTube as a career because he was the most subscribed to
out of all of them.
NHL channel, and then obviously he gets passed up by National and all those guys later, which I thought was gonna be
Johnny?
inevitable. Yeah, like I
Well,
don't know why Johnny
I
never
think-
stuck with it.
I think people gave him a bad rap. I think people like lost favor with him when he did the NHL 15 review. To be honest, like I thought he
Yeah?
hit the nail on the
speaking
head.
facts.
He was speaking back.
NHL 15 on current gen at that time was ass.
I
It was
didn't even play it.
horrible.
I literally I bought it for the then new gen on Xbox One, and my brother and I played it a few times. We were like, "Fuck this," and we just went back and played NHL 15 on old gen, and we played
Yeah.
the entire year on old gen.
It was way better. But people were he did like a follow-up video with comments and like people were like prominent YouTubers like Tactics and
Yeah.
Flash Davin were like commenting like saying like you're an idiot. Not like that, but like they were
Yeah, but they
disagreeing
were
with
also
him.
kind of like fucking with fucking EA Sports because EA
Yeah.
Sports was giving
Well,
them money.
He was a game changer, John.
Yeah.
Like 2012 and 2013. I don't
Mhm.
know. He to this day he still makes the best. He made the best tutorials.
I agree 100%. I think
Yeah.
the other ones, and it sucks too because then you lose great content creators like Xtech. And I think a big reason he stopped content creating is because all that shit that went down when he was a game changer and he was talking about the behind the scenes stuff that the fans never heard about and how they were kind of like just kind of kissing EA Sports' ass and they weren't really allowed to speak out. And what they were saying as game changers would never like their advice was never taken. The only reason they were brought in there was just for publicity. So
Yeah, for publicity, like,
Yeah.
because they did a lot of work for them, and he was
Mhm.
like, "No, I just want a good game, damn it! Like,
right.
I want to make this better." Like, that's why all of his rants were genuine. Like,
Yeah.
EA, you
They were
dropped
legit.
the ball.
Right. And he wasn't wrong.
I'll never forget. There was this one like live the life, not live the life, live moment from NHL 13, and
Where you
he's
just sit in the
playing
corner and not
defense.
move.
Well, that was hilarious, but he was. It was the one moment where you're playing as the Kings and you're playing the Blackhawks on opening night, and you had to come back from like 3 goals or something like that. He
Mhm.
scores his first goal, and then off the face-off, he's like, "All right, I just got to do that 2 more times." The AI for the Blackhawks does like shields the puck with one hand
Mhm.
and somehow gets a shot off on goal. It was the slowest moving thing ever, and it beat Jonathan Quick, and he absolutely lost it. He went crazy. That was the best. That was the best rant like
Dude.
I ever witnessed.
Remember in NHL 13 the Hercules check?
I was
Yes.
gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
I was
He
gonna
got
say
on
that.
Sportsnet with that,
He
right?
was on Sportsnet. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
on Canadian TV for that. That was
Probably
awesome.
his most watched YouTube video of all time.
I looked it up. Actually, it's like a shootout marathon somehow. It
No
should be that
shit.
one. It's a shootout marathon from NHL 15 or 16. Like
Those were a lot of fun when he reviewed every single team. I mean, he was ahead of his time, dude. Like he definitely was like the father of NHL gaming content.
content creation. Yeah.
Like he was serious, like pretty much. I don't want to say he was the only one because there were other guys like I don't know if you guys remember Dobbs and Bones on Demand were pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, it was and Nasher a little bit, but that was like in Bacon Country, but he didn't do GM
Bacon
modes.
Country, yeah.
But like man, like I remember watching 2BC before he was 2BC Productions 2BC when he was just 2BC Productions.
Yeah.
I remember he abandoned that channel, that first channel, because there was something weird with monetization back then. And when I still remember watching him when he got rid of that channel, switched over to the actual 2BC Productions 2BC. As a kid, it like made me angry because I had weird OCD that he had 2 channels. But
Oh.
he was so ahead of his time, dude.
Yeah, he
I
was.
And it just sucks that he fell
I-
off.
I checked the Hercules check is his second most viewed video.
How many views? It has to have over 1 million.
797K.
That didn't even hit 1 million views.
Yeah, the one that Joey brought up, the NHL 15 shootout marathon, that's at 1.2 million.
Get the fuck out of here! What? That's kind of surprising.
Yeah,
honestly.
that was great. That's what I said. That's what I said.
That's really surprising. But man, just the good old days. You're
Everything I learned about, like how GMs make their moves, like
like,
because Johnny keeps it realistic when he does his GM
Right.
modes. It's like, all right,
Or at
what
least
GM
tried
is
to.
like in NHL 13, you could rig the system and
oh yeah,
easily get every team's first round pick. I've tried it before. It's very easy.
yeah. It's not
Wait.
difficult at all.
Wait, you mean GM mode trade logic isn't realistic?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
still
and he was
fucking
basically,
awful.
Like in his commentaries, he's like, boys, what team in real life? I'm trying to keep this realistic so that it's it's better. Like it makes it harder, it makes it more realistic. It's just better overall and it's good content. What NHL GM is going to say, like, all right, let me take this Mallet guy, this Mallet prospect that's unsigned, and let me trade him for a first round pick. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. That's never gonna happen.
It's so.
But it's like when Nick brought up how like tactics he does his NHL trade videos when a big trade goes down, and nearly
Never
none of them work in the game.
It almost never. I don't think I've ever seen one that did work. That wasn't just severely
Like the
grossly
McDonough
overvalued.
trade from the Rangers.
Oh
like,
my
that went
God.
through on Tampa Bay side. Like,
But not on the
Yeah,
other
'cause-
side. You're right.
right,
Because it was a fucking ripoff.
right,
Because Steve Eisenman went laughing all the way to the bank.
Right.
yeah.
Well, dude, that's another thing too. With NHL franchise mode, is even like when you try to keep it realistic, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Because unless you stack your team with max X factors on every single fucking D pair, on every line, have +5 on every single line with a 90 overall goalie, you might get past the first round. Otherwise, you just have to wait and get lucky.
Yeah,
It's just such garbage.
It's honestly all luck, and that's what's annoying because the rating system's flawed too.
Oh,
You
God.
talked about that, the rating system being
They
So
they ruined
flawed,
it with
but-
the line chemistry also.
Facts.
The line
It's not even
chemistry,
just
I
that.
like that the first couple of years. I haven't played since NHL 21, but I used to like grind that. And
But it's just
get, like,
flawed.
plus
The
I don't-
chemistry system is flawed.
I don't
Yeah,
hate
it's
the
just
idea.
stupid. Like you couldn't have like a two-way forward and get a +5 chemistry. You would only
Yeah,
get plus
it's-
Yeah,
three.
I don't hate
know
the
if they-
idea on paper, but it's like in execution, it was done
They
so
needed work on
poorly.
it.
Yeah,
I
they
agree.
needed to make it that if you keep line mates together, they gel chemistry. And also, I hate that you can't change strategies in the game either. Like for
Dude,
simulation, that is.
you're stuck with the same shitty fucking coaches. And
You
also,
get the 1-3-1 trap no matter what.
well, dude, and there's not even, they don't even like give you a chart of like what synergies or what X factors match with what. There's like, oh, just have fun, good luck. Some players work,
Reddit.
some players don't.
That's where you go.
It's
Reddit.
also dumb how they can't get the licenses for the actual coaches. I mean, you look at like 2K
Dude.
and stuff. They have the actual coaches. MLB The Show has actual managers,
Mhm.
and we have some fake ass. Well, we got
like
fake people.
with the same 3 stock photos for each one.
They should
Yeah, exactly.
put my proposal for like new. I don't know who the hell James Savolsky is.
He's so fucking annoying, dude. The announcers, I already turned off the announcers this year. I played 3 games of ESHL and I turned off the announcers.
I always
it's
put the game on mute.
Dude,
and
it's
listen to
James
music.
Sabolsky and some other person. I think it's a girl. I don't even remember because I muted it already. Dude, they were so fucking annoying. It was
They
giving me a
gotta
headache.
They gotta put. They should put Harner Ryan Singh in the game. That's the Canadian. He's the Punjabi hockey night in Canada.
The guy who I like, and I know ESPN isn't that great for coverage in the first place, but Bob Wishizen, his voice is so good
yeah.
when you watch games.
Just give us a good voice.
Jets games. He does the Jets
Yeah,
games.
he does the Jets games on the radio.
I would have been all right with them keeping Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk.
I know.
I thought they were fine. And there's nothing wrong with what's his name? Bill
Gary
Clement
Thorne.
and Gary Thorne. Yeah, Gary Thorne and Bill Clement. There was nothing wrong with them either.
Personally, I like Jim Houston.
Dude, just give me anybody other than who's there now, because these two are so fucking annoying. It
I know,
pisses me off.
I know FIFA used to have this option where you had multiple broadcast teams, and you can actually pick who you wanted to listen to.
Wow.
What an amazing idea! Too bad NHL is so far behind the times; they'll never even begin to think that.
Maybe when I'm dead, they'll do
Right.
that.
Well, dude, I
When
remember there was like
GM Connected comes back, then
when
Right, the same year.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember it was like 2 years ago when they brought in Snoop Dogg, which, by the way, would have been a great idea if he wasn't on for every fucking game and read the same fucking line every game, where they're talking about bringing in other personalities like Gretzky, the Spit and Chicklets guys, the on the bench crew. They're supposed to bring in all these guys and supposedly all recorded lines that were going to be put in the game, and just were never put in the damn game. So you just have the same Snoop Dogg line over and over and over and over again, and they just took Snoop Dogg out of the game.
My favorite is the fucking soundtrack every year, and I just don't as each year goes on, the more I don't know the songs and the soundtrack.
Well, I don't like
the OG soundtracks are so good.
Yeah.
NHL 12, 13, and 14 were
anything
peak.
up until NHL 14 was good.
NHL 14, the best show.
What's your guys' favorite NHL game?
14.
14, yeah.
14.
I like
well, actually 12. 12
was a great
12 was my first
NHL,
one.
but 14 was more well-rounded.
14 was the one I logged the most time on.
Yeah.
I like NHL 10 and 14.
And that was all right. So my first I'm gonna really date myself here. My first NHL game was NHL 04. I was too young to really understand what was going on. I really started getting like doing GM mode and playing consistently on NHL like 08, which I think was the Eric Stahl cover, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was my first game NHL 08.
That was a good game. And actually, I thought NHL 08, and looking back on it, was ahead of its time. NHL 09 was, I think, the Patty Kane cover, which
NHL 09 was the FNUF.
That's right. And then it was Kane, Taves,
Stamkos, Giroux,
Brodeur,
15 Bergeron,
right?
16 was Taves,
was
17
supposed to be Kane,
Tarasenko, 18 was McDavid, 19 was Subban, 20 Matthews, 21 Ovi, 22 Matthews, 23
Zegras and Nurse,
and 24 is
I still remember on that when they used to do the fan voting, and I would spam Henrik. I would create 5 emails just so I could vote Henrik Lundqvist on NHL 13.
Bullshit.
That was fucking bullshit.
It was rigged.
But I had such a love for NHL 14. I did think GM mode was better on NHL 12 because players would still grow after they turned 26 years old. Like this weird infatuation with NHL, the new NHL games, where after a player turns 26, they're forbidden from getting better unless they have a good statistical season. Whereas NHL 12 had the F- to A+ system,
Oh,
which I thought was perfect because players still do get better. Like, dude, look at Mika
I think-
Zibanejad. He didn't just stop getting better at 26. He's 30 years old, and you could argue he's still getting better.
Bro, look at Joe Pavelski.
Oh
Dude,
yeah, for
right,
real.
100%. Meanwhile, in NHL 17 through 23, you could have a 35-year-old player that just put up 150 points and then just decide he's going to retire with 6 years left on a contract where he's
It was
making $10
much
million
worse
a
than
year.
those. And like NHL 13, that was really bad. Like
The
that, I
retirements were
remember the
terrible.
retirements were terrible.
But
The second they turned 35, over.
Actually, I think the first game I played, or one of them, like when I first started getting into hockey, was like NHL 08 on the PSP. Like, well, I got it or NHL 07 on the PSP, the Ovechkin one.
That's an old one, dude.
Yeah,
The-
I started playing that when I first got into hockey around 2010. So
Mm-hmm.
that was like I got my hands on like an old copy of NHL. So
I switched over to 2K. I played NHL 2K9. I did it for a whole year.
they should
NHL
bring it
2K
back.
NHL 2K10 was sick.
Bro.
Yeah,
I remember when I first got my first ever iPod. I'd say for my first ever touchscreen iPod.
Oh,
I
2K11.
Yeah, 2K11 on the
Yeah,
iPad.
I
with
played
Ryan
that too.
Kessler on the cover. And my brother and I used to rip that game on the iPod. Dude, apps used to be so sick back then. I don't know what happened to apps. No one plays them anymore.
Yeah.
But
Thursday.
ripped
Yeah,
NHL
because they
2K11.
used
It
to
was
be
like a
the
literal
one-time payment.
dude, and it was a game. You could play GM mode. You could do roster changes. You could update the NHL and the AHL rosters. Like you could do a lot for what was literally just a fucking app. It was
You had the Winter Classic on there.
dude, like right, like that was dude. Those NHL 2K games, NHL 2K, I think was arguably the most polished franchise mode and like menu.
Because you don't have the garbage ratings ruining everything. Like aside from what you mentioned with the ratings, how like you can't, if you draft a medium elite guy, they're never getting past like an 87 overall.
Right, they're practically stuck, and they'll never get better than that because they can't adjust. I'm telling you, the dynamic. The point I made the last time we went on a rant about NHL, the dynamic potential or dynamic rating system that FIFA has, where a player's potential, you draft them. Again, I'm going to just repeat myself.
Whoa, draft. There's no drafting.
Right, yeah. Heaven forbid you have any logic, but let's say you draft a guy.
Remember NHL 15 had no draft.
God, it was so
Came
fucking
out.
stupid. But like, if you had like a dynamic potential system, like you draft a guy in the 5th round. In this game, it's either an AHL top 6 or a low elite, right? And if he's an AHL top 6, you'll never sign him. You never even consider signing him. Or if he's a low elite, okay, you'll sign him. If he gets good, he gets good. A dynamic system where it's like you draft him, he's got a floor of 52 overall, but a ceiling of 93 overall. Well, fuck it. I'm going to sign him and give him a shot. And then every year he gets older, it gets closer and closer and closer to you get like a potential gap that's within 5 ratings, and that fluctuates to the rest of his career. Like, is that asking for too much?
Yes, that is for
I
EA,
like
but
Heaven forbid.
You know, what
it's
was
just
really
annoying.
cool about
Sorry,
the chemistry system was Did you see like how Johnny did it in NHL 20? Like he put like Eichel and I forget who the winger was, but
I
they
know
had
what you're
really
talking
good
about.
chemistry. And then he
Yeah.
put like Levi Altonen on the right, and he Altonen at like 75 overall had like 100 points.
Yeah, it was.
I
It's
thought that
so-
was hilarious. I thought that was great.
it's so flawed with the fucking ratings because like and the potentials too, because it makes no sense that you get low elite guys but they never grow better
Never.
than medium not even medium elite. Like
If you're
you
lucky,
can get
maybe.
a better medium top 6 forward than a low elite guy. Like it makes no sense at all.
None.
And then you have these stats that don't make sense, like Hughes having high body checking. They have
Yeah,
to do
it's
that because it's the
fucking
only way they
stupid.
could get him to
Where
a
did I-
fucking like 90 something overall.
Where did I see that McDavid has better body checking or defensive awareness than
Yeah.
Kopitar?
It's so fucking stupid. And
Johnny,
this is why I've been screaming for years too. They have got to lower. They've got to lower the rating system. Like I'm sorry. Like and I'm not shitting on McDavid, but if you have McDavid at a 97, 98 overall, you're saying that at any point in history, and it's shown in history that players continue to get better and better by generation. No one pretty much will ever be better than Connor McDavid. You could, and I've tried this before. I've experimented with this before. You can give yourself an 18-year-old 90 or 95 overall high franchise player. I promise you they're not hitting 99 overall. They're not going to fucking do it. The highest I've ever naturally grown somebody in that game without cheating was I drafted a guy with franchise potential, and I got him the 94 overall. And I could never get him higher until after he turned after 26 years old, he had a high point season, and he got up to a 96. Never higher than that. Whereas if you lower the ceiling and make it, and you make it like your first line players are 85 to 88, which I think is even maybe a little high. Your second liners 82 to 85 and so on and so forth. And you lower that system. When you get a special franchise player that's in the 90s, it actually means something. It's not like, oh, I have fucking 7. I got in franchise mode. And last year I had a team where I had literally my entire top 9 forwards were 90 plus overall players. It didn't mean shit to me because it's flooded. There's not a million McDavids in the fucking draft. Oh yeah, Joe makes a good point there. I remember that too. But it's like, I don't know. There's nothing special about drafting a franchise player. There's nothing special about drafting a medium elite player because they all finish at the same fucking overall anyways.
Came out as a 94 overall.
Yeah, dude.
Wait,
what? Dude, I swear to God, like my brother and I also, we grind GM. Like we started GM mode. We pretty much religiously finish all 25 years. And you
my God, no.
I'm like that too.
Dude, I get OCD with it. It fucks me up. But yeah, he's not kidding. You get some weird shit, dude. Yeah, NHL 15, Xbox One. You get some weird shit.
But another thing with the ratings, also like how you mentioned, like McDavid, like how the ratings are just messed up. I saw a video that that Tuggy did, and he did a season simulation, and McDavid at 97 overall, playing all 82 games, had like 80 points to finish the season.
Wait, that was every year with McDavid. They can never get, like, you give him the highest overall every year, yet he can never score in franchise mode. Never.
94. That kid was 94 overall on NHL 15.
Out of the draft
on NHL 15.
Yes, dude.
Well, you drafted a 94 overall player out of the draft.
Joe did, and in franchise mode we were dicking around on NHL 15. But I mean, that's an older game.
It's probably like a bug. Like they probably meant to put the 4 in front of the 9 instead of the 9 in front of the 4.
But that just goes to show how fucking broken NHL is.
Somebody check for steroids.
Well, dude, it's just fucking frustrating because like there's just like I said, and I'm repeating myself.
Is Rammer still running?
God, I hope not. There's nothing. It's just stupid. There's nothing special about drafting players. Like I love the draft. I love the deadline. There is nothing special about drafting a franchise player. You're like, oh, cool. I have one of 10 guys that already exist, or 30 guys that already exist. Stupid.
All right, fellas. It's about time we wrap this up.
Oh my God!
I don't know how it's possible but we still have 3 people listening or watching on the stream. So if you made it this far, thank you. I don't know how you did it and why you chose to put yourself through that pain.
Amateur day. Not going to 6 hours.
First it was the Mbappe meme, and now this.
Oh my God. On my own stream, my own channel. Yeah. You're not even supposed to be here, man. How are you supposed to be?
He stuck in a whole hour. I love it.
You wanted to know my last name, so
I love it. Oh my God!
I invited my man Blood.
Anyways,
I love it.
But in all seriousness, if you ever want me to come back on, I'll be more than happy to come back on.
Save me a spot. You're gonna ask that.
Save me a spot.
I got you, man. No. And thanks for all your support with the podcast, Matt. I appreciate it, and the Twitter page. And everybody, this is the longest episode of High School Takes history.
Yes,
there's nothing amateur about that, Python.
I love it.
An hour 53 minutes, unbelievable, man.
We killed it, dude. What a
lot of NHL talk.
Yeah. What did we do? We did Rangers, we did Mets, we did NHL, Johnny Superman.
Yep.
I will be Johnny
charging for everything. A lot of Ds too. We talked about a lot of Ds.
Yeah, we need that Twitter trend again. Get Johnny Superman on Ice Cold Takes.
Yeah, Joey, seriously. I had to abandon DiPietro. Fuck DiPietro. Get 2BC on.
After I get
DiPietro
on.
It's gotta be Johnny.
I'll get Prey for Eyes on. I know he'll do it for sure because he's
he should.
Prey is a Rangers fan.
Yes.
That's
The-
why I
the mo-
vibed with him. I was like, oh, he's the Rangers fan. All right, sweet. I like this guy.
Listen, the most important thing is that we get that dub tomorrow
Facts.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or
It's a
today.
big game.
or today. Yeah.
Fellas,
Oh yeah,
Rangers
today.
dream. Go Rangers. Let's go 82-0.